Greetings. We are Fellowship Gaming here to entertain you with yet another tale of daring, disaster, and dimwits. I am, as always, your ever-prepared GM, Brian. And we are continuing the Starfinder 2nd Edition Playtest adventure, Cosmic Birthday. Now, we'll like to excuse Anthony and Jules. Anthony is growing a new clone body, bigger, stronger, faster.
Hopefully smarter.
No guarantees.
It'd be nice if we were all a little smarter, huh?
I don't know. I would like to be dumber.
Last time our intrepid moneymakers were
You might want to grab that one, Brian.
lost in the ghost levels. Unexpectedly, when the elevator to the docks of Absalom Station did not take them there, and just dropped them off in the middle of nowhere.
I wouldn't say nowhere.
Yeah, we know where we are. We're in the Ghostlands. We're in the ghost level.
Yeah, we're in the ghost levels.
We're
We're not happy about this.
I've got some announcements. I do apologize to our viewers for the not so great timing of. I haven't been able to put videos out. I don't know if the camera can show it. I got burned pretty badly on Monday, and so my time has been taking care of that. But I hope to have the videos uploaded by tomorrow. They're edited and everything like that. I just need to upload them. I burned myself pretty heavily making food. It's my first ever grease burn. It looks gnarly.
It is.
So on that note, we're going to switch on to something else. I bought a mascot in commemoration of that horrible, horrible drink, the Pepsi Peepsy. I bought this, that anytime we drink something so horrific, the Peepsy comes out. On that note, Beetlejuice 2 is coming out, and Fanta has a special edition Beetlejuice Haunted Apple. Go ahead and take a drink and see what you think.
It starts off with a nice flavor, but that aftertaste, that is awful.
Fred, what is your trying? Fred's face says it all.
I like apple juice.
Yes, so do I.
This is not apple juice.
No,
I like
it's,
apple soda, and this tastes.
This is not apple soda.
Ooh. What do you? Brian seems to like it.
Yeah, I think it's fun.
It's different. It just has, I think it's caramel aftertaste.
So
Yeah, it has a really strong.
It's an apple
Burn
spice aftertaste.
Yeah.
And that's what, like, once I identified the flavor, now I'm like, yeah, I can drink it. I actually don't know what the first thing I drank tasted like, because I was, like, drinking it a lot. So I'm like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to taste this and slow down. So I only got the aftertaste, and I was like, oh yeah, like an apple spice cake. Yeah, this is fine.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
yeah, its flavor is spiced apple.
It's not the worst.
Not
thing
a
I've ever-
fan.
No, neither am I, and it's not the worst flavor that we've tasted here at the table. Andy said it tasted like a candied apple that was spiced, and that's why it tastes bad.
I think
Like-
that's a reasonable assessment.
And that's a very because it tastes like green apple, like all apple sodas taste like green apple. That's their thing. It just like you said, like caramel. It's too sweet on top of the allspice. It's just not good, in my opinion.
And it was too quick. It's like you barely taste the apple, and then all of a sudden you
Yeah, it was a hint of apple, mostly spice. Like, not even good spice. Like, the spice must flow. Not even good stuff.
I mean, it is on brand, though, as an exorcist of the living.
Correct. It fits with the B word. I'm not going to say it for the third time. But I am super excited about the film because Michael Keaton and Winona Ryder and a
the mother.
bunch of other people reprise their roles. It has me so excited.
I might
And-
see it when it comes out on Prime or when it comes out on DVD. I was just not a fan of the first movie.
And that's I grew
That's
up with the
understandable.
TV show before I watched the movie.
The TV show or the cartoon?
Sorry, they're the same. Sorry, it was the cartoon. Was there a live action cartoon TV show?
No.
Okay.
Not
I
that
want
I'm
to make sure
aware
that's
of.
very so it's the same thing. Yeah.
Okay,
So
I
the
just
cartoon.
wanted to make sure it was the same thing because
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I watched the cartoon.
Yeah.
It was kind of fun.
Yeah. But then again, like, let's talk about the age difference, guys. I was probably like 5 or 6. You guys were like 34. I'm kidding.
I'm
But
89. What do you mean?
yeah, so like it's I liked it. I'm excited for it. Since Tony's not coming, I'm gonna go put the Peepsy over in his chair.
Okay.
Go ahead, Brian. Back to you.
Yep. Real quick, we're also going to help Fred because as they were finishing up the statue, a bunch of clawed hands reached out from the floor and drug his Solarian from last time into an unknown space.
Oh, it's Petra.
And from the shadows
Oh, yeah.
emerges his new character who needs armaments. So you got a decent amount of weapons to choose from. Acid rifles, arc rifle, pistols.
I just need
is Pharasma's
favorite weapon.
favorite weapon?
You're gonna make me look all the way in the
Yeah,
back.
look up the deities. All the way in the back there.
Because I'm somewhat a healer.
I mean, yes and no.
I see 2 of my major spells are healing.
That's right. They
In
are
the
healing.
Same way that Norman Osborn is somewhat of a scientist himself.
That's a good callback.
We
Everybody else is. I thought I was trying to be quiet.
Probably not.
We try to be quiet and usually fail.
Yeah.
I don't try to be quiet. Loud
Kind of
and
like
proud.
if I can catch my sneeze when I'm on Discord and move my mic away and cover my mouth and everyone still hears it.
Ooh, that's a spicy Coke.
Cat.
Also, Tony's not here, but I think we're playing Obozaya incorrectly. We can't have 2 area effects. Because someone said that they're 2 different things. Like, strike is just a strike, but an area effect is 2 actions, which doesn't make sense. Like, why would firing your gun in a different mode be more actions?
Well, it takes one action to point, and then the other action is the spinning.
Or
Helicopter.
when I was a 249 gunner in the army, I just hold down the button, no, not the button, the trigger, and it just goes and it travels up. So
That-
it might be 2 actions to control where you're aiming.
Yeah,
The
to hold it down.
M249B is one of my favorite weapons.
It was not mine,
Oh, I can imagine. No.
but I wasn't infantry or anything. I was just a pogue that stayed on the base all the time. So to me, it was just I had to qualify every 2 months, and it was a 18-pound.
Sucker's
that I
heavy.
became.
Yeah.
And then they told me, oh, in case you're going to go to the fob, we got to give you combat load of ammo. And I'm like, oh.
Did
what?
you use a box or otherwise?
Well, when I was walking around the base, they just gave me a nut sack for it.
Okay.
Which is 100 rounds.
Yeah.
But they said, oh, if you go off base to a fob, we're going to give you a combat load. I'm like, oh, how much is that? 1,500 rounds. And I'm like,
Yeah.
and I was like, where the hell am I going to carry that?
Hopefully you have the box magazine, which holds 250, and then you just carry everything else somewhere.
And I'm like, it's
Somewhere.
it's like 1,500 rounds, and I'm like, okay, I guess I'm glad I brought my backpack with
Yeah,
me,
Yeah, because that's where it goes.
yeah.
because that's where
Because it ain't gonna fit in any of your pockets.
No.
Real
Oh.
quick, as a reminder, you start with 15 credits?
150.
150.
150? Okay.
You start with 15 gold, and they just multiplied it by 10 because of some weird perverse gold to credit ratio.
Right.
And then forgot to make everything else reasonably scale in return.
For your Phrasman weapon, you can either have a knife or a zero knife.
How much is the zero knife?
15 credits.
I'll take the zero knife. The zero knife sounds like it's better than a regular knife.
It is cooler. Like, literally, it's a cryo weapon.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
I mean, I'm the one that understood Brian's making these puns. I'm like, stop punning, Brian.
I can't. This van don't stop punning.
Because he has the disciple feat, the damage is up one size die. So I think it's 1d4 to 1d6.
Yep.
Burden suck.
Oh, this one, I've never had a grease burn before, and it hurts. I was searing a bottom round steak, just holding it with my tongs nicely in some butter, and it fell out of my tongs, and it just splashed, and I grabbed. And that was the issue, is I grabbed because I moved the skin out of the way. Yeah, that's why it looks as gnarly as it does. This one looks fine, but like those are also part of it. It looks gross. Do you need me to cover it? No. Okay.
I was a medic.
Just because you were a medic doesn't mean you're comfortable with it now.
Oh no, I'm fine with
Luckily,
with gnarly
it's a
stuff.
finesse and
Okay.
agile weapon, so you can use your dexterity to hit with it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, my best story is Dad that passed out while we were drawing blood from a baby.
Is the proficiency
From the head
since
or
it's
from?
2 or
Huh?
4?
Where'd you draw the blood from?
From the arm.
From the arm.
And
Well,
But yeah,
your
Dad
total
just
proficiency
couldn't do it,
be
and
your
down he
training
went.
plus your level, so it'd be
so we
3.
went from 1 patient to 2.
so the total of 3.
Yeah.
I'm good with most weird medical stuff. I had a buddy who was going to be, he was preparing to be a medic, and at the time they just sent him like
And it says his finesse.
15 gigabytes
Yep.
of really disgusting photos, and he just went through them, and I was like, oh, let's
Okay,
go through them
and-
together. So like, I'm desensitized to most of it.
Ranged
'Cause
weapons.
I was going to be a doctor at that point in time.
You got all sorts
Um,
of choices. You got
but,
shotguns. You got
I have to draw the line at standing in my wife's blood.
laser rifles, pistols.
Like,
I got
that's when I was
a
like,
spell
you know what?
called
I'm okay with this. Not at
Vital
all.
Prism.
And it's
What
not
would
like
be
she
the
was
best one to work with
endangered.
that?
She was in labor,
What's it called?
and just
Vital
blood.
Prism.
And I was like,
Let me
I'm
go
standing an
look
inch
at
of my
that.
wife's blood. Not okay with this. It was labor, not like bad things.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just.
No, it's totally fine. I just
We
figured
probably
you'd couch
shouldn't
theory.
have our mics on.
Nah, it's fine. They're talking about that. It's
You're
fine.
You're fine.
We're keeping the audience entertained with our stories.
Yeah.
Well, that's fine.
They're not puking already.
If they're puking, they're puking. That's the thing. I'll show my arm close up. No, but because I burned my arm, I didn't get all the products I wanted done. I was going to take the wheels off those, make those stand up, bring them closer in. I was going to paint this and put in some blackout curtains. No, the last couple of days have just been on the couch holding my arm going, I'm an idiot, I'm an idiot, I'm an idiot.
Final Prism.
You know, that's a fantastic short.
That is.
It's under. It should be divine.
Yeah, what level?
1.
1?
What spell is it?
Divine. Was it? Vital Prism.
Oh, Vital.
Vital.
Okay, I heard Final, and I'm like, this spell doesn't exist, Fred. Like,
That's okay. I say it exists because it's my imagination.
no, it's a
This is the world that
playtest.
travels
Here-
around me.
It's a playtest. Let's see. One ranged laser weapon.
So I need a laser weapon.
Or an ally. Yep. Okay.
Again, we have 3. 4.
Yeah, but he could start with a cool rifle. We don't know this new person's life.
We don't.
I don't know this new person. His name is also Bob.
I thought that was what his name was originally. Anyway,
His name is Bob. What is today's date?
23rd.
23rd?
It's paid exchange day. It's not
why
payday,
are
it's
you going
exchange day.
off like crazy.
In the room with the weapons.
'Cause there's no such thing as payday. It's all exchange day.
Oh my gosh, yeah, man. Oh.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm just writing down short comments.
Here, we're back to it. So, for your laser weapons, you have a choice between a laser pistol or a laser rifle.
Or the rifle.
Lasers.
Laser rifle is 1d8 fire. Costs you 60 credits.
And D8. Fire. And
Where's my lasers at? God, Homestar Runner, man.
Sharks with lasers.
Frickin'
what's
laser
the range
beams.
on it?
100 feet.
Is that it?
Yeah, no, they messed with the ranges.
Well, I mean, I assume we still have increments, so.
Sure.
Well, I guess most of the time we are fighting within 100 feet.
That was the argument. They're like, oh, there's going to be no combat outside of a room.
That's stupid. That's one of the reasons why I didn't like the first Starfinder.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, I got a sniper rifle, but I'll never use it. Or if I use it, it's... Anyways.
They wrote one adventure.
And everybody hated it,
Because the enemy had a sniper rifle.
and nobody was prepared for it. That was the
Yeah.
big deal.
Mhm. Alright, and then anything else you need to know about your rifle?
And there was no cover.
It's dex
In a canyon.
space,
Yeah.
proficiency.
No, again, they're really
Magazines.
They understand fantasy.
10
they don't
charges.
understand science fiction.
Oh, I quoted
And
Brian.
use, expended to.
I quoted you. I didn't put your name in because I wanted to give you some anonymity. But we were talking, and they're like, what is going on with all these weird little feats and stuff like that? And like, how this all works? And I was like, to quote one of my buddies, Pathfinder 2nd Edition was written by Aslanti humanists. And I said, what do you mean they got a second pair of arms? Nah, make them spend an action to use the second set. Because that's almost word for word what you said. And everyone was like, oh my gosh, they're correct. And I was like,
I was like, oh yeah. I'm going to add a new action to Pathfinder 2nd Edition, guys. It's going to take an action. You got to choose your right or your left arm. And you're going to get it wrong, because I did too.
Well, like, I want to point out, we got rid of that with Pathfinder 1st Edition. Ambidexterity used to be a feat. Used to be a feat in 3.5. And Pathfinder 1st Edition got rid of that. Why did we go back to it? I got to choose a dominant set of arms? Okay, sure. That's not how multi-armed creatures function.
It's because Pathfinder 2nd Edition makes the whole, like, what you're doing with your hand, like, they're much more interested in what you're doing with your hands than the Catholic nun.
I'm like, honestly, it's a hand check all over the place.
Yeah. And it's because they want to emphasize that
Sorry,
there's
the full weight of what you
benefits.
just said.
Okay. But the full weight, they want to have a viable option to be like have a free hand, and have advantages over like just carrying a shield for extra defense. Even though I can't remember now, because now they did shields where, unless otherwise stated, that every shield from the buckler to the tower shield in Pathfinder 2nd Edition is strapped to your arm. And so it sounds like you could just use your hand normally.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, messing with the hand economy again, but this time it's okay.
Yeah, man.
So-
that economy and just those jobs for hands.
There's perception is just your wisdom and proficiency. So my perception would just be 6 right now because
your
of my
wisdom
was
mod-
4.
So what does it say?
Wisdom plus item.
So you don't have item.
So it
So
would be 6
it would be your wisdom plus your proficiency. Your proficiency is level 3
at 3.
at 3.
So your
because it's-
proficiency is your training 2, 4, 6 plus your level. So if you're
Okay.
trained, it would
That,
be 3.
that makes sense. I was just trying to figure out. I'm like,
Yeah,
something
Down
wasn't-
here at the bottom of
Yeah,
the
it's
sheet.
yeah.
I always thought the proficiency was like the 2, 4, 6 for Temel, and then it was like, oh no, the full text of proficiency is you add your level to it, and I'm like, makes a big difference. Forgetting that. Alright. And then,
Which is what makes the Majah campaign kind of interesting because you don't add level in that one.
yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I thought I was gonna hate proficiency with that level. And as a GM, I think I just hate having to do the extra work to reduce all the numbers for monsters and stuff. But as a player, I'm like, it makes bonuses much more important. Like
Mhm.
from item and circumstance bonus, you notice those a lot more because you're not adding much. You're adding your ability modifier and a little bit from your training.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was also surprised from both Bloodlords and Magia that dual class I didn't feel like was wildly overpowered. Like everyone feared. I was like, no, this just lets you do different things.
It gives you more options for your actions. It doesn't make you that much more powerful.
Well.
Let's see. Your armor, Fred.
oh yeah, armor would be good.
I think he's just
That'll be the last.
yeah.
What's your dex?
My dex is 2.
2.
And what are you trained with?
Light armor.
I better say I haven't got a clue.
So I made a comment. People are like, someone's like, well, there's not even like medium armor in Starfinder. I'm like, because you don't need it.
But there is now.
Yeah, like it made perfect sense. One's light, one's heavy. And I made a comment about Pathfinder 2nd Edition dumbing down, like from 3.5 to 5th Edition. How dumbed down it is, not in a good way.
Yeah. Like for me, there's no point in the armor categories beyond like it's medium that you can do your low dex builds with, and then if you have a 0 dex, that's when you would go for heavy armor. But the biggest problem is that it just provides a solid number until you get criticals, or not critical, you get armor specialization, which finally uses all those categories that the armors are in, but only a only a handful of classes get it. Like the champion, you have to take the sentinel archetype to get it, and it's like, what is the point of these categories if we can't use them? And you can't specialize in light armor. No reason given. Like, it's just kind of bizarre.
Hero points refresh at the beginning of a game, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Um, let's see. So
They're plastic,
for
so they
your
can't scratch.
decks, Fred, looks like your best options are going to be either quilted armor or an armored coat.
How much is the armored coat?
20 credits. It's made of fashionable leather. It's comfort, so you can sleep in it.
That's what I have is quilted.
That's just a coat, right?
Well, I mean, it's layers of fabric.
Yeah,
No, so he went with the coat and you went with the quilted.
Yeah.
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 The quilted is like a not a habergeon, but a gambeson.
Gambeson, yeah.
Where the armored coat's more like a duster with thick leather.
Oh, I thought he said quilted.
what's the difference between the armor? Is there any difference?
Dex.
One has flexible, and the other one doesn't.
Yeah.
That's the difference between the
What
armored
does
coat.
flexible do for me?
If you don't have the dex, you don't take the pen. The
If you don't have the
skill
strength or the dex.
Sorry, if you don't have the strength, you don't take the penalty to checks.
To dex based checks.
What's your
Yeah.
strength?
My strength is 10.
Effectively 0.
Yes.
Let me go
0.
find flexible again. It's been a minute.
Which I'm not a fan of.
So,
I'm not either.
you don't take a -1 to your athletics or acrobatics checks in the armored coat,
But I would in the.
but you would in the quilted armor.
So you're
because
in the
you have
right
+1.
armor then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Where's
I
the
have
armor?
the strength to wear the quilted.
I also have the strength to wear quilted.
I hope so.
What's what's the? What is? What's the bonus on the armor?
2.
So it's 2
It should be Dex 2.
dex, then 3, then 2.
Okay. And that
Really?
will be 17.
Oh yeah, that's right, because everything is so dang expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean, he
The
does need
mystic
a
should not
con.
have one armor class less than me, as a soldier
Well,
in
not
heavy
really.
armor.
That's part of it is Fred's dex. If it was one higher, he could have worn a light armor that would have gotten him to 18.
Yeah, that shouldn't.
I know, but
I made this comment. I'm like, a soldier that is supposed to be in heavy armor that can't really afford heavy armor. What's like? They're like, oh, it's level 1. I was like, if I don't survive past level 1, what does it matter?
yeah. The other thing is that in general, casters like our mystic generally have to suffer lower AC, just because
Yeah,
they don't have armor proficiency often in Pathfinder 2nd edition. But like my bard with light armor proficiency does. But that's because I went for style.
Well, we were talking about it the other day, and it says the best thing to do for a caster is to take your class as a fighter and then do an archetype wizard.
Like
In Pathfinder, yeah.
in Pathfinder,
Yeah.
and if you have a crazy GM like me who's like, yeah, just take all the money, dudes. Like, you can buy the spellcasting class in Pathfinder 2nd edition, which is weird to say, because I'm like, there's no amount of archetyping, training, magical prowess that a wizard can do to learn how to hit with a staff better. They
but a
will be
wizard can pick up
expert.
a fighter can pick up a book and go, I can cast spells.
Yep. They can be. All they need is the basic spellcasting feat. So from level 4, they can pick up a scroll of a 10th level spell and be like, cool, I'm going to read this and use it. And like the wizard can do the same thing, but one devoted their entire existence to the class, and the other just picked it up as a hobby just recently.
Yeah.
It was like, I learned cantrips and time stop. What?
And the wizard's like, I can't even cast that. And the fighter's like, well, maybe you should have studied harder.
Maybe you should have rich parents like I do, who can afford endgame scrolls.
Crap. Yeah, I've always like in 5e you're like, oh, I'm going to do a level 1 fighter and then level 19 wizard because I can. There's no such thing as arcane failure anymore.
Like one thing I was thinking of. Keep wanting to post it, but I'm afraid to deal with talking with people online. But I was like, one of the big problems for me was that so far as any class, I like the ability to use weapons if I want. And when you're locked down to only expert as a caster at 13, like, it makes it a pain to want to use them, which forces you down the, but I'm a caster, not cast spells. And I'm like, you can play that way. I would like to use this rocket launcher. I don't want to use my cantrips. I'd rather like pick non-damaging cantrips and use the rocket launcher. Like, why is my style bad? And the other thing is that in Pathfinder 2nd Edition, some of them made the decision to purposely nerf spell attack rolls so that they are horribly inaccurate. The reasoning was they didn't want casters to be played like martials where you just fling attacks at AC. They wanted you to embrace their particular way of playing casters. You do the magical hats and hit the weak save and you're the hero, and like casters are playing powerful, but they were like, but AC is for the marshals, the blessed marshals, and not for you. So in 2nd edition, they came up with the Shadow Signet thing. So at 10, when your accuracy to hit AC is at your absolute lowest, you can spend an action to turn a spell attack into a save spell of your choice. And this was to save the math. Same reason why we needed the Magus class was initially in the playtest of the Magus, to do a spell strike, you had to hit with both the weapon and the spell attack roll.
That's gross.
And the problem was the spell attack roll was so far behind. So now the Magus, when they spell strike, they hit with just a weapon, but you get to keep all the weapon bonuses, like your item bonus, which you will never get with a caster. And so I was like, what if we do what Starfinder did and just only have 2 proficiency tracks? We have the the fighter or operative track, which is you start at expert, you're amazing and you're ahead of people, or you have your regular martial track like the soldier, where it's 1, 5, 13, you end up at master. And I was like, we do that for everyone, so everyone can use weapons now. It's just that the classes built around using weapons are just better using weapons because that's what their feats allow them to do.
Yeah.
While the casters are still good at casting spells because their feats support that playstyle. They aren't like replacing anyone. And then the second thing is we tie their spell attacks proficiency to their weapon proficiency. And then, icing on the cake, we make a magic scope on your favorite gun to let you have an IM bonus to attack rolls. And I'm like, it's so cool. You're like, what's that funny thing on your gun? You're gonna find out real soon. I'm like, so much better. And gives everyone choice. Like, if you're afraid of a caster picking up a rocket launcher, then I feel like Starfinder was never your system.
I mean, let's talk about Tyla. Tyla couldn't use a rocket launcher. She bought an item, an Eon Stone, that gave her proficiency of a specific weapon, and she got it. Like, surprise rocket launcher? Fantastic. Stupidest little thing. You can't do it in Starfinder 2nd Edition.
Yeah, because only scaling proficiency matters.
Yep.
And that was a thing with Pathfinder 2nd Edition. Like, it's why part of me is like jealous of Fred, because he's living out my dream of a witch with the dangerous hair feet attacking people. Because I'm like, as a witch, that's not where you want to be. You're like, well,
I
this
totally
is
forgot
fun
about that character.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about that character.
It's funny.
Like, this is a fun thing I can do. I can, like, Fred's rat folk attacks with fur, but I was like, I always wanted a beard, just like punching people.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I was like,
Dexter's Laboratory?
yeah, I was like, under the normal rules, it's so punishing because just to attack people with a little D4 beard attack. And I'm like, or maybe the witch could have been better at using weapons.
Is
and
that
we wouldn't
first
have
edition?
this.
No, that's second.
Well, there were hair feats in first edition too.
Yeah.
That's where they got.
Yeah.
But they added more of them, and it's like, but the hair feats they added were 4th and 6th, which means as an archetype you couldn't take them until at least level 8 and level 12, and I'm like,
Who actually makes it to level 12 just playing?
like,
When you're playing, when you're playing like a scenario type things, I'm happy to make it through the 3rd book.
yeah. Oh, speaking of leveling, we will level today.
Okay.
Okay.
But we should probably...
We should.
Yeah,
play.
yeah. We started. We're at these thingamajigs here. That's
So you guys
me.
provide the statues.
statues. That's you. And Kobold. I don't have their character sheets. They're not here. Otherwise, we'd play them.
They just kind of fade away. You're looking at 'em.
They don't get sucked into the statue like Bob does.
No. They just kind of, they start looking at you guys. Say something like, I don't feel so good.
Hush you.
And they just kind
Don't
of
do that. Don't
wisp
do that.
away.
That's horrid.
Ugh.
It's a different one. They're not disintegrated from existence. They're just gone for a bit. I just don't think it would feel good. Anyway. So it's up to you guys to try a new hallway.
Okay.
Let's see. We've done this room. We've done this room. Do we want to go here or do we want to go there? Or somewhere else?
By the way, my name is Bob.
Hi, Bob. That was weird.
Hi. Well, it's been a day for weird.
It has been a day for weird, but that was a special weird.
Yeah, I wasn't really expecting to go anywhere.
I mean, to be fair, we got on an elevator that was supposed to be taking us to the port. We wound up in the ghost levels.
Well, I just entered a door and just was wound up here.
He got isekai'd.
I
Not
mean,
to a
so
good
did
place. Not to a good place.
It's not unfair to say, so did we.
I mean, I don't think we got isekai'd. I think we're still in the same dimension.
Fred, your last memory is being hit by a truck on Earth.
Izumi-kun.
It makes sense because I'm in a role playing game. I was crossing a street.
That's a heavy meta right there. So let's go to this door.
Okay.
Why am
See
I
what
wearing an
those-
armored coat? What's this? A knife and a.
It's a duster. Oh yeah.
And you got a knife, a laser rifle, and a.
I mean, if I were you and that happened, I'd be a little more worried about the little cat thing and the big lizard thing that I'm suddenly standing next to.
I mean, there's Dragonkin. I could be a I don't know where he's from. I could be a Dragonkin.
Well, I just look up and I'm like, well, they're not eating me, trying to eat me. I think I'm okay. I've read enough light RPGs to realize, hey, these are my starting companions. These are NPCs.
From here on in, we eat everything we find in the dungeon. Including you, Bob.
Oh.
I still
Okay,
haven't started
good.
watching it yet. I'm burning through season 2 of Food Wars.
Okay.
It's on my
fair.
list. It's on my list.
It's fair. I'm not saying
It's a
anything.
good one from everything I've seen.
No, Food Wars was good. I liked
No,
Food
no,
Wars.
Dungeon Meshi.
Yes, it
Yeah,
was
yeah.
good.
I'm looking forward to
I
it.
haven't
enjoyed
finished
it.
Uh,
Huh?
I still haven't finished it.
I
I've been meaning
suddenly
to.
remembered fighting Foodons.
That was such a good show.
And I was like, I want a mashup of fighting Foodons and Food Wars.
So my oldest son was like, "Daddy, I want my food to fight." I was like, "Well, there's an anime about that, kid." And he usually goes, "There is?" I was like, "Yeah, but you need to be a little older for it." They threw like Yu-Gi-Oh cards into the food, and they turned into actual like Pokemon kind of thing, and they fought. Like the premise was absolutely riotous, but fantastic.
I love the story. It's like, oh, wise king, what is the matter? I was just thinking, how do we know what the best dish is? Like, oh no, I got you. I know what you mean. You don't want taste. You want, yeah, dude. Boom, sentient food fights each other.
It's of the same level of the professional wrestling anime where the dude's main character power is farting. It's brilliant.
Oh, wow.
The doors open.
Fantastic.
This wide corridor has the atmosphere of a crowded auto-train platform. The sounds and vibrations of a crowd talking and milling around fill the chamber, even though the area is deserted. Noisy, hollow ads explode from the surrounding walls, the bright colors bursting into corridors. Their three-dimensional models of actors and products compete for attention. Remind me what everyone's exploration activities are.
I don't know what those are.
So, what would
I'm sorry.
you be doing? Like, just searching for stuff, or looking for bad stuff to happen? Or would, like,
These are all skill based, right?
not necessarily.
They're not
like,
necessary. Yeah.
There's things like investigate would be if you like you would be looking to basically recall knowledge about stuff in the area. I don't know. Well, there's still shields in Starfinder, so there's one to walk around with a race shield.
Okay.
There's scouting, which gives everyone a bonus to initiative.
I'll do that. Simply because, like, it's the expectation that, like, we know something's here, so I'm just going to be like, I'm a soldier. I'm going to do that thing. Bogdan knows what he does. I know how Bogdan works. I'm still trying to figure how this works.
Yeah.
Detect magic isn't even on my list.
It's not on my list either. It is not on my list either.
If you want the one that gives you the medical history of everything. You can
Oh
just
yeah, I would
cast
probably do that one. Analyze enemy.
That. Yeah, there you go.
I took a look at that spell and I was like, even down to their fingerprints. Why? Why?
I love it.
Just, you're fighting an enemy. You have an infected toenail. You should get that taken care of.
Can you imagine someone who's like doing their own home campaign and they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna have this like fingerprint scanner. It'll be great." And it's like, analyze enemy. Yeah, yeah. No, I don't need to be by him. I have his fingerprints now. Just gonna put that into a system.
Yeah, honestly, I've been like, that just gets around to the Judge Dredd weapons. Oh, look there. No, I have it. The biometrics are right here.
I
I thought Judge Dredd used DNA.
It did use DNA.
It does.
You couldn't get around that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was.
But I mean, so you couldn't get around a retinal scan.
Yeah.
You could probably get around a fingerprint scan if you had a device.
Yeah.
But someone was. We were talking about the armor in second edition, and they were just like, "Why would you need clothes? Like, just wear glamour projector. Like, it's pretty cheap, and you just look like you're always in whatever is appropriate." And they're like, "Oh, have you never heard of metal detectors?" And I'm like, we got androids and SROs in our station, as well as people with cybernetics. I will shut you down so hard for racial discrimination. Metal detectors? That's your... Oh, the metal people are the dangerous
Yeah.
I would have
ones.
I would have a scanner that would might be able to detect your armor, but it's not.
But,
It doesn't have to be metal detector.
and that's the hard part. It's like... You're like, "Oh, well, we have a metal detector." I'm like, "Well, I'm wearing a polycarbonate.
Yeah.
I'm wearing leather, like
Yeah.
I have a
leather
zipper.
and super plastic. Nothing,
Yeah.
nothing happens."
There's
I'm
nothing
like,
metal.
"You guys are thinking so 20th century. Metal
Yeah.
is bad."
My gun was 3D printed. Good freaking luck.
My gun was 3D printed out of plastic. Ooh, yep, it's a thing.
We got those guns in X-Men 3.
Very much.
Yeah.
Brad, what's your perception? Well, not yours, but Bob.
My perception is -3, but my character is 7.
All right.
It's not bad. It's a lot better than mine.
All right. So, whether you are isekai here in reality or not is up to you, but you do recognize that the projectors in this room are a dangerous hazard.
Is there some reason why we need to go into this room?
No.
Okay, these projectors are. It's a hazard. We could just.
Inside here or inside here?
Inside there.
The door?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Like it's spooky in there. There
we're
might
trying
be
to find a
something
way
cool.
out.
Yeah, but
This might be the way out. So we've got to search it at the very least.
Can we take care of this
Can
hazard?
we fix those and make them less dangerous?
Let's see.
if we have an operative, we could have.
Well, you're looking at and you're like, it's going to be either compute. You have to be trained in computers to reprogram the projector.
Okay.
Which there are 2 hard light projectors mounted on the ceiling that Bob points out. Trained computers will do it, or you can do trained athletics. Just rip the projectors from the wall.
I've got trained computers.
I've got trained athletics.
Don't look at me.
We're not.
I don't have trained in either one of those.
Oh, wait. Okay, each projector is its own trap. Okay, computers will do both, but crafting is needed, is the other skill for the second projector.
Okay.
Can I rip out that second one at all, or no?
No. It would still work somehow.
Okay.
I mean, I've got computers, I've got crafting.
Okay. It's on you then. I'll tie a rope around you and pull you out if necessary.
That works.
Just yoink.
I was like, you got rope?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, it's 50 feet of line, but yes, it will hold me.
Full on Mandalorian, just.
Well, I was just like, at least in first edition, there were not very many uses for line, so I never bought it.
Oh, I played Starfinder not Starfinder, Star Wars, and like having their little rope stuff, whatever it is, their liquid line, always useful.
Yeah.
So I always just carry line on me.
I played 3.5, Dungeons & Dragons 3.5, and we always carried rope.
Well, rope was cheaper. In Starfinder, it got pretty expensive.
They
Yeah.
actually made it a little cheaper in this.
Oh, yeah.
I was surprised. It was like, oh,
Yeah, you made it when you could
more,
buy.
I found the grappler and I was looking for line, and it just said in that it comes with 50 feet of line, and I'm like, oh,
That's nice.
okay.
Yeah.
So I have a grappler and 50 feet of line.
There are two types of line in first edition. There's titanium and adamantine, and you made it when you had 50 feet of adamantine alloy.
Yeah.
Because it was like 500 a light bulk.
Yeah.
It also costs like 5,000 credits or something.
Yeah, it's huge amounts, but like at like high level, it's a pittance.
Yeah. At high level. Anyway. So.
Yeah.
I give him, we unwind my line, tie me up. Terrible. Tie the line around me. And I will go in and I will, do I need to roll initiative?
For this, we're not going to roll initiative until things go wrong. Like, I'm sure they have these traps have their own dreams about how things will go, but
So Gibson, Devin?
Darvis.
Sorry, I'm still trying to remember. Darvis is in the room at the end of the line. Gibson turns around and goes Bob and goes, "Look, I'm catfishing."
I heard that.
You were supposed to.
It's actually pretty good. I haven't heard that one before.
see, what I thought it was going to be was Gibson going, wait, I just remembered I can reach one from the wall, and just runs in, leaves the rope with Bob.
Okay, so let's start with the computer's check on the first one.
Oh, man.
Well, that worked out well. So, 27.
All right. So you reprogrammed the projector. Looking at it was going to make little scamps to attack everyone with. All right. And then there's one more.
Does a critical success affect that at all?
If it needed multiple successes to turn off,
That
it
would have
be
counted.
one more.
For 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just didn't know if like you could like chain a success from, because you did get a natural 20.
I did get a natural 20.
I don't know how these work. So
Yeah.
So, if that wasn't a critical to begin with,
It wasn't, but I was like, that was a hard one to do. But that was the more difficult of the two traps.
oh really?
Yeah. So
okay.
this one is either computers or crafting. which I'm sure is the same.
It's the same for me. Okay, so that is a 26. Take your pick.
That's nearly
Whichever
critical success.
seems easier.
Knowing how ads are these days, it's going to be easier to fix the faulty wires than it is to turn off an ad.
Yeah, that little tiny minuscule, like
Yeah,
one
like-
by one pixel X.
It's like, oh, it's the XZY wiring harness. Well, that's easy. Clip.
Memories.
I touched it.
That's how I was when I broke my toe.
Yeah. Broken toes suck.
Yes, especially when I broke it in AIT.
Oh, fun.
See, I didn't break mine. I did dislocate mine.
No,
I
we
dropped
had,
an artillery ramming staff on it.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I kicked the ground instead of a ball. And it took me 12 hours to figure out my toe was broken.
You know what? Yeah, I mean,
Because I thought I just jammed my toe and it hurt really bad, and they wouldn't let me go to the doctor until after the last formation. And then I had to walk to the medical.
Yeah.
so I have a buddy who's an army medic, and we share army medic memes all the time. And there's one was like, "Oh, did you get a boo boo? Here's 2 ibuprofen, 800 milligrams, and a rip it. Taking you feel better. Let me kiss it better." Just the thought process.
This is basically what they did, except
Yeah.
give me a funny shoe
Yeah.
and a profile that I didn't have to march with everybody.
Ooh.
Which is very good because half the time they get dropped for nothing.
Yeah.
Had you guys not had Bob not seen it, what would have happened is projector would have brought out 2 scamps, and they would have been like trying to sell you things, and then the scamps would look at each other eventually and go, "Wait, we could just take their money and attack you,"
I'm okay with that.
which was a funny interaction.
Yeah, because I have what? 1 credit left?
They're like, "We need it."
Yeah,
Rent
I
is
have 1
so
credit
high
left.
in Absalom Station nowadays. You have a credit left again.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
I have 85 credits left.
I mean, I would have flipped my credit too. I was like, here you go.
But looking around this room, beyond the eerie noises and constant ads, there doesn't appear to be anything else. You go out the other door and it circles back to the main hallway.
Well, that was less than fruitful.
Eh,
We got more
worse
experience.
things could have happened.
Let's go here.
Oh, okay. I don't think that's supposed to be a way in.
I mean,
Maybe it
you
is.
bought them. Go.
No,
are
that's-
yours. I put them back. Replenish your stash.
Alright. Which way?
The
Is
one.
that one? Okay. Scrolled too
I
fast.
guess this doesn't have caffeine in it either.
No, it's a Fanta.
Oh.
You want something with caffeine in it?
No, I'm good for right this very second.
Okay.
When I'm not working, I try to cut down on my caffeine intake.
That's valid.
Because when I'm at work, I would take 1 to 2 energy drinks just to make it through the day. 12-hour shifts suck.
Yeah. I mean, I'm on 10s. But they're looking at saying, oh, we're getting ready for our fall rush when everyone wants to restock all their parts and you'll be working 11 hours a day.
I mean, I'm salary now, so I'm technically on call for 45, 50 hours a week, but I only work 40.
Well, you know, in the Army, I'm on call all the time.
Yeah, we know.
I was a
Most of us
civilian.
were there.
Yeah.
I was a civilian. I will not pretend that.
And so I made about $2 an hour.
We
and
got
no overtime.
we got paid.
Yep.
Paid. We were given $50 every 2 weeks with tax, because tax was taken out. It was $46.01.
Let's see.
It was stupid. The black market was insane.
Looking around this room, it looks like piles of old machinery as well as just piles of little gift boxes.
Can either of you, wait, have you told us you're a magic boy?
No.
Hey, Bob,
Yes.
go into the room. Tell us what it's about.
Why?
You're new. New guy wins.
It's a George job.
But he's a Bob.
But I'm Bob, not George. Go find a George.
Well, we don't have a George, so you're next.
You're the FNG. Go do the FNG job.
Okay. I was thinking something engineer, and I was like, oh, no, that's not the right guy.
Okay, Bob. You walk around, or you walk in,
Fair, you're not.
you look around,
Tony drops
that bomb every other
day. You're
I know.
and it's time to roll initiative.
Oh, give me your circly thingy. Room. Oh my gosh, my initiative is so garbo.
Ooh,
Oh, it's not bad.
I didn't even get double digits.
Oof.
Alright, follow.
That's
23.
with your +1 bonus. I didn't hit double digits.
Oh, I get a +1. Look at that.
Okay.
Oh, 24.
19. I only have a +2.
It goes off your perception.
9.
doesn't
Yeah,
it?
my perception is my wisdom is a -1.
Okay.
I'm a soldier.
Okay, so you're looking around, a lot of like some of it looks like new technological equipment. Most of it looks old, and I don't know, some hunch, some little drip or something makes you look up, and you see what looks to be a pile of goo descending from the ceiling towards you.
Oh, jeez.
Ooh, is it like the hangers from Half-Life 2 and Half-Life 1?
Not like those.
I'm thinking of slimes.
Yeah.
Probably just a news.
Okay.
Is slime.
So, yeah, it's got to love the fact that it's coming into a time distortion that slows it down.
It is going to ease its fall because it's what it's doing.
That is big.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
think so.
Fred.
Yeah, that's me.
You're looking at these curious. It's still on the ceiling.
How tall's the room?
It probably gave me a general description way back at A1. Let's see. 20 feet.
Oh, okay.
Or wait, no. 40 feet high.
Wow.
These are big rooms.
Yeah.
It's really bad for the ooze. Spoilers, the ooze doesn't fly.
So, it literally takes fall damage.
Yeah, I don't
Getting
know
down.
if they meant it to be shorter, but yeah, it's gonna do stuff.
I mean, again, it's the people that write this stuff really genuinely don't seem to read the rule system.
Well, they probably ought to also read science fiction or
Well,
science books.
I
Well,
think,
I'm thinking what it is whoever wrote this is like, oh, it's a slime. It can fall. It'll be fine. Because there's nothing to hurt in a slime. And it's like, theoretically, you're correct. But the rules don't apply like that.
I'm going to exit the room.
yep.
And say, there's a slime in there, and I'm going to pull out my laser rifle.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And then I don't know what I would do for a third one.
Can you recall knowledge about slimes? What
I
would
got.
that be?
Can I? I have life science. Can I think of?
If
That's a
life
lower.
science is it,
Would that be?
they'll tell you what it is.
Let's see. What's your occultism?
I am not trained in occultism.
All right. So what's your intelligence?
10, 0.
All right.
Yeah, so there's no ability scores anymore. It's just modifier scores.
Yeah, I'm just.
It's hard to transition.
Yeah,
I'm still.
but Pathfinder Second Edition still has ability
They
scores.
took it out when they made this.
Oh, they did.
They took
Okay,
it out with the remaster.
Yeah.
fascinating.
Like, people said it was superfluous, and I'm like, all right. But now when you progress your ability scores, you have to do a check mark to know if you.
Well, they put that on this.
Well, I know, but I'm like, as opposed to just going from 18 to 19 to 20,
Yeah,
you're like, check mark.
you made it a little more difficult to get the same number.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
ah,
I agree. I fully agree. It's like, you didn't need to take out those.
Don't
Alright.
worry, Pathfinder 3rd Edition will put it all back and make it worse in 3.5.
probably.
I don't know if they're gonna get a third edition.
Well,
So,
if Wizard's gonna make a 6th edition, they're probably gonna get it.
looking at this thing, you're like, alright, it's gooey. That's what it is.
You got something gooey coming down off the ceiling. I don't know what it is. It's just gooey.
Great.
It reminded me of my ex-wife's cooking.
What's your intelligence mod? 0.
0.
Okay. What's your intelligence mod?
4.
Okay.
Alright, Gibson.
Is it an action to try to figure out what the crap this is?
Yes.
Ew. And it's not on the ground yet?
Nope.
I can see it?
Yeah, when it's pointed out, and, like, it's kind of looks like, there's, like, chains and stuff up there, just, because it looks like this might have been, like, a maintenance area at one point, so there's, like, stuff to pull up. And hold
Winches
up.
and stuff like that?
Yeah. And it looks like it's just chains hanging down, but with Bob's help, you notice that, yeah, some of those chains are gooey.
Can I try to recall knowledge multiple times?
If you fail, you won't know. You just
Yeah.
don't know it.
You
I mean,
just-
but like, if I fail, can I try again?
The hard part is that you would try again, but with a different skill, so I would give you different information based on the skill.
Okay,
So,
I'm gonna try figuring
I'm
this
actually
out.
trained in occultism.
I know,
If you
but
want a delay,
how does that work? How does delay
you
work?
say I delay.
So you pause your initiative, and then when the next person goes, you can't interrupt someone's turn.
Okay,
So you would go after them.
okay, then I'm gonna delay until after.
The cat. Just say the cat.
I was gonna say Davros, but that is not who I'm thinking of.
Darvis.
Darvis. I'm getting closer. I'm getting closer.
Okay, you guys are gonna love this. Alright, so it drops 40 feet, which is 20 damage.
It dies?
No.
I'd
It
laugh.
then has to take an action to stand up. And then it moves next to Gibson, and that's its. Well, no. It moves one over. I forgot distortion field. Nee. So now it's on the ground.
Okay. Works for me.
You can trip oozes. So
But they're mindless.
now they are.
Now they are. We made classes that rely very heavily on mental damage. Let's make everything mindless so they can't hurt us.
Mm-hmm. Worked really well in
It's most of your damage.
No, that's most of my damage.
It's most of his damage too.
Oh, yeah.
That's what
I forget.
guns are for. Until you get
So-
higher levels, and now they don't.
Hey, my occultism is 7.
Okay.
So I will try and identify this thing.
Oh yeah. No, it's not going to be a critical success. It's an assembly ooze.
Oh,
Let's see. So you know, assembly oozes takes a minute. They can turn gear into other gear. And
Let's
it
catch it.
has can hold up to 500 UPBs worth of stuff inside of it.
okay.
And most important, it's immune to mental effects.
But I can still punch it, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Does it have any resistances? Other
No.
than mental?
No.
Okay. I mean, how does it attack us? That's my big question.
It absorbs us.
As a pseudopod.
It only works on gear.
Does it?
Oh no, it'll eat through you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's just like I must get gear, but must get the meat out of the gear first.
Like everything can be converted into UPBs if you try hard enough.
Well, that's true. Okay, so yeah, I'll relay. Yeah, it's an assembly ooze.
Oh.
It'll probably knock us down before it tries to kill us. Can't use mental effects on it. Okay.
Does Eldritch Lance, is that mental?
Yes.
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 Oh, I have. If you're using the same spells I am, which I think you are, yeah, most of them are.
The spell
Mental.
list is so tiny.
It is.
What about
Well-
Ricochet?
Ricochet would probably do something.
As
Okay.
I recall, it's that you're also supposed. I think just like the feats, they've put in Pathfinder feats, so I think
Oh,
you
you
can
can.
choose
Oh.
Pathfinder spells.
Yeah.
Oh. Psh, I would
I
have totally
don't
done that.
know for sure though,
Okay.
but I remember when looking at the classes, they're like, oh, by the way, look at the feats list, because that'll list feats from the player core that your classes can choose.
Oh, does my analyze target give me anything? Since I'm trying to keep that spell active. Actually, I don't think that is, because I think that's a 2 action.
I remember it only being 1 action.
You might be right.
The action doesn't matter as as I recall from the cast a spell activity, as much as is it taxing. So for this one, you're like you bring up its medical history. It's had all of its shots.
So
but,
it's a domestic one.
curiously, your medical history says newly lobotomized. But
Okay.
it's not enough to turn it to a critical. So, because it gives
Okay.
you a +1 to recall knowledge,
Oh, okay.
and you do see its fingerprint.
It has one? Well, of course it does. Let's see. Okay, I can't do injury echo. Well, I could do injury echo. Do I have that
That's a
one?
disturbing comment from Tony. Technically, we're all 3D printed.
Oh, I do have it. Okay.
Yeah, it's just, well, part of it is that, like,
Are you going to do piercing or slashing?
I am going to do piercing.
You're going to do piercing? Okay.
Yes. I don't have slashing on me right now.
Then I'm going to have it make me a will save, basic will save. My DC is 17.
okay, it fails.
Okay, so I am. Oh, you said piercing?
Piercing, please.
Okay, so it is going to take 6 piercing damage.
Ooh.
Okay.
And it dies.
And since it failed, if it takes the same damage type before the end of my next turn,
Mm-hmm.
it gets 1d4 persistent bleed.
Yes.
Oozes. Oh, yeah, that's right. Oozes can bleed now.
Oozes can bleed.
So that
Okay.
makes sense.
It does actually make sense.
Gibson's turn. He's just going to forego his shield.
Okay.
Step up and piercing.
Yeah.
Try to bite it.
Yeah.
I'm a dog with a hose. First one is full.
-5.
The first one doesn't
No.
get minus, does it?
No.
No. First one is full.
25.
All right. I would crit, but
Oozes
it's
are
an
immune.
ooze. I doubt it. But do you have any critical riders?
Critical riders.
So something like, I'm thinking
Like
of
knockdown.
things like Ray of Frost, where on a critical hit it would slow them down.
No, the only thing
It
that's
just does more damage.
the only one that this one is just I can do. The only trait it has is grapple.
Okay. So you critical, but you don't get double damage.
Okay. 7 points of piercing.
Okay. And that adds a D4 bleed to it, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And then my second attack it's -5.
-5.
11.
Really close, but no.
That's fine.
It tastes vaguely of machinery and birthday sprinkles.
That's gross.
Yeah. All right. All right, and then Bob.
I will aim my laser rifle and fire.
Okay.
And that is a 2 on the dice. So
Okay.
that'll be a 7.
Okay.
7. Okay, so that will miss.
You're fired.
Well, yes.
I will fire one more time.
Yep.
That's a natural 20.
All right.
For total.
This is a
Total
awful
of
time to get
20.
that.
Okay.
It's a -5.
So that's a hit. Roll your D8. Uses, man.
That's a 4.
All right.
Fire.
It takes it. All right. I'll fire again.
I need to get another 20 to hit, right?
Yeah.
Not necessarily.
It's -10.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
So it'd be -5 on the dice.
Minus the 5 on the die.
So yeah, natural 20.
And that's the 16 on the dice or 11?
That's a near miss.
16 on the die.
is 11.
Minus,
Minus 5 is 11.
because I have 5, so it'd be
Yeah,
21.
no, that's accurate. My brain just broke.
Yeah, that's
Couldn't math there.
let's see, and then you guys move, so that's ooze.
Yep.
Let's see.
It's got that.
What do you
Bleedy
have,
bleed.
equipped?
I have a shield and some polycarbonate armor.
Okay.
Shalashtu armor. Right? Shalashtu? Yeah.
Shotolash to something like that.
It's medium.
Yeah.
That's all I could afford. And that was the first thing I bought. Pisses me off.
There we go. Okay. So
Too bad they don't have the feet rich parrots.
Seriously, right? I would have taken that. I would like, oh, I'm a soldier. I'm going to walk around in heavy armor, please. Thank you very much.
Because even first edition Pathfinder had rich parents.
yeah, but
Yeah, now all they give you, you can be royalty or
let's
noble.
see. Gibson, does a 20 hit you?
Yes.
Okay, so that's 4 bludgeoning and 3 acid.
Okay.
And then what is your
4
reflex?
bludgeoning and 3 acid for a
Yeah.
total of 7.
Yes.
Yep.
So that's... I can do math. My reflex? Like, just make a check or...
Your
Uh,
reflex.
Reflex
Add 10 to
DC.
it.
So
So your
10
reflex plus 10.
15?
Okay. Okay.
I don't even get to make a save?
No, because it's against your reflex DC.
That's...
all right.
That seems weird.
It knocks the shield you're holding off the ground, and then
It just knocks it out of my hand?
yeah,
Yeah.
it rips it off.
Why is that a reflex?
It's the disarm action.
Sure. Okay.
Well, I mean, people would ask why it was tied to AC in Starfinder, so there's never a good answer.
Yeah, there
for
really
it.
is. I get it.
It knocks the shield out of your hand and eats it. How much was the shield worth?
Don't know.
Okay, I'll find that.
Probably like 35. That pisses me off.
It's okay. And the ooze is done.
Okay.
Let's see. You went after
I went after him.
Darvis. So Darvis.
Well, let's see. I guess we'll shoot it with my... Oh, did it take its 1d4 bleed?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Is bleed at the end of a turn or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
And see, I think at the beginning of the turn works better.
and then
Persistent damage should happen at the beginning of a turn.
like, because it depends on when. For me, it depends on who it is, on what feels more fair. As a player, I'm like, if I'm just start my turn and I'm down to persistent damage, that doesn't feel great. If I get my entire turn and then I have it to do stuff,
Yeah, but that means the enemy gets their entire turn as well.
Yeah,
True.
it does.
Yeah.
Anyway, is it still bleeding?
Hmm?
Is it still bleeding?
yes.
Okay. So I got a total of 24.
Oh, good for you.
24 crits, but doesn't matter. So, roll the
You did
damage.
a D10 damage?
Yeah.
What are you wielding?
Crossbolter.
Nice.
3.
But there's no
Piercing.
added damage.
Nope.
Which...
Oh, great.
Not
Now
till
I
like
got-
level 3, right?
No. There's no such thing as weapon specialization
Yeah,
in
there
that
is.
in that same in that same field where it
Not
just,
in the same way.
yeah, it doesn't just add damage.
Like,
Yeah, it does.
as casters, at like, I think it's 13, they will get weapon specialization and they will be able to add 2 damage.
Yeah.
Oh no.
That's so useful at that level.
Whereas
better than
everyone else
nothing.
is getting 4 to 8.
But those are compared to martials, and your spells as casters are usually awesome at those levels.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, that's the justification for it.
Gibson, sir?
Where?
I will reload.
Armor?
So that's the next one. And yeah, I'll take a step back.
Valid.
Shields before.
I just have a +2 shield. I don't know what that is.
Yeah. I'm like, so annoying. Like, I passed the shields like a dozen times looking for stuff. Gibson.
Well, now that I don't have a shield, I'm angry. Is that spell persistent? Like, do I still need to keep doing piercing damage? Okay.
Now, once the bleed damage starts, the bleed is persistent.
Okay. How does tripping work?
So you roll your athletics versus its
Reflex.
reflex CC.
Okay. But that takes map?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to do that first. I'm going to sweep at it with my tail. 15 athletics.
Gonna say that. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that's just a success. I forgot to add the 10. I was like, oh, that's a critical. It's got a reflex of 0. So.
Okay, that's valid.
I was going to say, my reflex is 5,
So,
and I have dex.
do I get bonuses for it being on the ground now?
Yes.
So it's off guard, so it's got -2 AC. So on the bad roll, you will still probably hit. Like your 11s before will hit now.
Okay. But, like,
A 1 will miss.
yeah, but is it prone?
Yeah.
Technically, yes.
Okay, just want to make sure. I mean, as prone as an ooze can be.
Yes.
So I'm then gonna just man follow it to the ground kind of thing,
Yeah.
with my jaws, but instead of my fists. 16 on the die, 17.
Alright, that'll hit.
Okay, and then
Roll damage.
yeah, I was just gonna keep trying to hit him. 6 piercing,
Yeah.
and then another attack. -10, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
4? Okay.
Close to Bob.
This is the problem with oozes. They have stupid health.
But like also like it's just really like map is confusing.
It's exactly like what it was in 3rd edition 3.5.
Correct, but reverse. And like it was
Yes.
easier to add rather than to subtract.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay. I'm going to use what's called Mystic Bonds, I think it was.
Yes. Or vitality thingy.
Yeah, Mystic. Basically, I take.
You got to sit closer to your mic.
Basically, I'm going to take the. I have 10 hit points that's floating out there. I'm going to take 7 of them and put them into you.
Fantastic.
Oh, nice.
But I think I have to do a rest to get it back, right? The 10.
No, you get it at the beginning of every turn. You get 4 at the end of beginning of every turn.
Before the beginning of every turn.
Mystics are interesting.
Mhm.
They get this lay on hands that refreshes basically every turn.
Well, 4 points of it, anyways.
Yeah.
That's still pretty good.
Yeah.
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 So
Especially if that scales with level.
does.
It scales with skill, but not by much.
Okay.
It goes 4, 6, 8, based on trained, expert, master, legendary.
and then I'm gonna shoot it twice.
Okay. It's not bad. It makes healing, because that was my biggest concern. Like, you're getting rid of stamina and you're getting rid of the 3 resource system. How are you going to handle it?
22.
That'll hit.
7.
Nice.
It's pretty
This
good.
thing has taken a lot of abuse.
Yeah. Well, we are only 3 characters as well.
9.
9 to hit? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That
Wait a minute.
was-
Yeah, because it'd be minus 5 plus 5. Yeah, 9.
Let's see, ball.
So that's 3
so-
goes up to 7.
And it will go.
Is it going to stand up first?
Mm,
Does that provoke?
yes.
Yes, that would provoke. If it chooses to do so.
Let's see. 10. No, you guys are too.
I
too
have
far
a
away.
I have a question,
Yes.
because I'm not super concerned. His bleeding damage is caused 100% through him. I'm not helping with it, right?
Right.
Okay.
If there's another source of bleed, the higher one takes precedence.
Okay.
They don't usually stay.
The reason I ask is because I have the bathed in blood feat
Mm-hmm.
that gives extra damage to blood, to bleed.
So,
But it's only damage ideal. Only
Yeah.
persistent bleed damage ideal.
that's probably not gonna hit you.
I can see Tony's point about being everybody's 3D printed though.
I mean, in a really horrible 3D printer.
I just like the part that doesn't jive with me is I'm just imagining starting at toes and lines being added.
The full-on, what is it?
I was thinking Tron.
See, you're thinking Tron, and I'm thinking of Fifth Element.
Yeah.
The Fifth Element treatment,
Because
which is
they
beautiful.
literally printed
yeah.
Yeah.
I would say we're not 3D printed. We're grown biomechanically, because that's
Yes.
what we are. We're biomechanically
We're
grown.
biomechanical suits.
I can see that too.
It does stand up.
Okay, I'm gonna hit it, and that takes no map, right?
Right.
Right. That's at max.
Can I? Is it only a strike?
It's only a strike.
So that
Yes.
means I cannot like trip or grapple or anything like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Just
I
some of the traits just don't make sense at times.
Yeah.
That's not a word. 13.
Yep.
For 5 piercing.
And then it flailed around with its attacks and missed. And then Darvis.
Darvis.
Did it bleed?
All right.
Do
Thank you.
you bleed?
Does it bleed? Yes, I do, and I don't like it. And it stops.
Bummer.
2 rounds is good though.
It is. Especially since it's a 15 flat check.
Yeah, and it's minimum 2 points of damage.
1.
Well, no, like it was last
Yeah,
round, and then this round's a
was-
minimum 2.
It did at least 2. Problem is that is a focus spell, and I don't have another focus point.
Ooh, yeah, valid.
I forgot what Shadow Snap does.
So now I am
Take a look in the book.
literally just down to shooting it with my crossbolter.
But you're doing pretty good with that.
So far, 19.
That'll hit.
9 damage.
Nice.
9 is good.
So I will reload and take a second shot. 11.
No.
Like, it's not anything now. Plus, I've got someone in the way.
Yeah.
It's not in here.
Okay.
Let's see, Gibson.
How does grappling work?
So roll your athletics against its fortitude.
And what are the things that apply when it is
On a
grappled?
success, it can't move. It can do everything else. On a critical success, you have it restrained. The only thing you can do are escape actions.
Okay. I think grappling an ooze is a bad idea.
Yeah.
Just curiosity. I'm gonna rinse, repeat. I'm gonna trip and just man it down.
Yep.
17 athletics, which
Yep.
we know it, but that doesn't do any damage.
Right.
That is a critical fail. Six.
No.
It's easier to do math. It's easier to do addition than subtraction. God.
It is.
Okay, that's my turn.
Okay. Bulb.
Can you look up Shadow Snap real quick?
Sure. Shadows.
We really ought to just print out all of the spells.
The spells, yeah. Well, we were like finalizing some of the spells as the game started.
What was it? Shadow what?
Snap.
Snap? There we go.
Step.
Snap.
Is it snap?
That's
Snap.
snap. It's my focus spell for asthma. Or shadow.
Okay. So,
I don't think it pertains here, but I was just curious.
that's a little bit nice. So you do your 2 actions. You roll a spell attack roll against the ooze's AC, and you deal a D10 cold damage
I will do that.
as it shadow punches itself.
Is that? How does that? Does it just stay every round? He can do 1d10.
It's sustained up to a minute, so
Okay.
when he sustains the spell, he can make another attack.
Okay.
And sustaining is an action itself.
Okay.
That's 16 on the dice.
That'll hit.
I said a D10.
D10's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
That's 10.
Goodness.
Alright. The ooze dies.
Yay.
Good job.
Yay.
Looking around, let's see. I was gonna change your shield around because I thought it was funny. While the ooze ate it.
Is it like crap? What's that Zelda enemy?
Oh,
Licklix? No. Yeah, Licklix.
yeah. Likes.
Yeah, not Tactics.
Yeah, the like.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't played Links.
Have you played Ocarina of Time?
I haven't played any of them.
Okay, I'm just asking. Like, most people have played it. 97.
Yeah.
So,
If you have a magic shield, they eat the shield.
Well,
also
yeah.
Link's Awakening on Game Boy back in
That
96.
was actually a really good one.
Yeah, the remake is pretty good too. I have it for the Switch. What were you saying?
I say, yeah. At the time, I didn't have.
That's 100% valid. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
I wanna give you something to give it a cultural reference. So
So it came out in '97.
Ocarina of Time came out in 97.
yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah.
best game in 97.
Yeah, I think I just. Let's see. I was married for 2 years. I probably just barely
yeah.
got a PlayStation, the second one.
That's
I
fine.
remember Ocarina of Time. That thing was brutal. Some of those levels were
Jabu Jabu's belly. Oh my gosh.
I just remember I don't remember where it was late in the game where you have to play the Scarecrow song to summon the Scarecrow because he is your grapple point to move forward.
I believe it's Spirit Colossus, the Spirit Temple.
Probably.
So
I mean, you're not even thinking about that guy at this point because he's so long ago.
I was thinking, yeah, because the only one I really played was Final Fantasy X, but that was on the PlayStation 2.
Yes.
And then I got really irritated because I was playing for 3 hours trying to find. Then I started looking for a save point, and my wife came up and just turned it off.
Ugh.
And she couldn't figure out why I was mad.
Yeah.
She says, "Why are you mad?" I'm like, "We need to go." And I'm like, "Yeah, but I'm trying to find a save point so I don't lose the last 3 hours." And you just shut it off, and I'm like, it was painful.
Yeah.
I was looking for if there was a fun, cool shield to turn it into, but I didn't want to risk like slowing you down with the mobile bulwark shield or the riot shield. So it turns your carbon shield into a shinier carbon shield.
Okay. Is it still same bonuses and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
There
polishes
is
it.
also like 30 bolts for the cross bolter among
Yay.
its corpse. And you also find a data pad.
Uh-huh.
The heck is this? No, I have an intelligence enough to go, yeah, that's not me. Hand it off to the
It's on. It just has
which
that
worker.
on the screen.
Oh. Says I can feel something taking my thoughts. I write to save them. I write so I can remember. I'm Action Delta 899. I have 100 children that I love. Holy crap. I love grenades the most. I love my work. No, I can't. Don't take them from me. I want to remember. I want to think. I want to make. Initiating present making protocol. This thing something got turned into an ooze. Holy freaking crap.
Sounds like an android got turned into an ooze.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody took the ooze's memories.
No, it sounds like
Yeah.
something got turned into the ooze, and that's when it went make.
Yeah, because oozes are mindless. Technically.
I still like my idea,
No, your idea is pretty good.
But
but I can understand when somebody.
Do you want to take a break?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. You'll have to click the button. We'll come back 8:55.
Alright, welcome back everyone. This is Fellowship Gaming. Our heroes have just defeated the Assembly Ooze. It was hanging out menacingly. And they found some junk. They found a bunch of presents. If you open any of them, they're all empty. They're just boxes.
Oh, that's disappointing.
And oh, that's wrong. But
I mean, reading through this again, I feel like this was an SRO.
That's valid. That's more valid. They're
robot.
the robots.
sentient robot
Sentient robots.
organism.
Okay.
Sentient robotic organism.
Which you can only get in Starfinder by redacted. And I mean that seriously.
What do you mean by redacted?
I'm not allowed to talk about it.
Ah.
When you play the scenario, you say, I will not talk about it.
I probably played the scenario.
You have not.
No.
You have not. You would know.
I'm like, you would know.
I'm salty. I'm salty about it.
I'm like,
Did
I
they-
haven't played a scenario yet that had an NDA, so yeah.
Is it a new scenario or?
No, it is 198. You have to be a 4 Nova to run it. And if you run it, you can't play in it. Ever.
That seems
So play it and then run it.
silly.
There's a reason for it.
Still seems silly.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's literally that's not something to bother with.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna go to that room over there. Actually, no. Is this a separate room? Is that a door?
That is its own little
Okay, then I'm gonna go in there.
Let's see what's in there. Could be hiding.
I have been amazingly useful outside of combat.
Yes, you've been useful inside of combat. That thing slowing down the ooze, perfect. It helps.
It does. It's fun that I get it.
Someone was super angry about how they got rid of the precog and forced it into Witch Warper. Like,
It actually makes more sense.
it does, but they were
But I
like,
get it.
They're like, it's a watered down version of the precog. I hate it. I'm like, I understand I understand your hatred.
This is also just a playtest too.
Yeah.
Correct, but the precog's not going to exist.
Like, I get it because the themes. It's hard to really tell the difference between alternate realities and time travel. Like, they're very similar in concept.
That's valid. I think there's going to be a lot of people that are angry that the evolutionist is going to show up. Because they haven't talked about it. They have talked about the mechanic and the technomancer, but it's slated for a year after the books are released.
What's
Which,
so hard about the mechanic?
so, that's a very hot button issue. The result was because this is the quote, and I may be misquoting them, but it's the quote. They didn't want to put it in the playtest at release because it'd be too much like the Inventor in Pathfinder 2nd Edition. Here's the issue. The Inventor is a horrible conglomeration of what the mechanic could be. So the Inventor is based upon the mechanic. So they're like, well, we can't have the mechanic in because it's too much like the Inventor.
But your inventor is based off of the mechanic.
The mechanic, yeah. So, like, people are like, that is a stupid argument. You're a moron. Give me my mechanic.
And if I had to guess, because we also don't have good starship or vehicle rules yet, I'm guessing, from what I've heard, the mechanic and technomancer are going to come out in their own book afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm guessing that's probably where we'll also get starship combat and vehicle.
It's probably, yeah, that's where we're going to get most of our technology. Like, the issue is it's a technological sci-fi,
Yeah,
sci-tech,
it's a technological based game.
but there's very little technology.
Yeah, we are basically playing Pathfinder 2nd Edition with laser guns. That really is what we're
We're
doing.
playing Iron Gods, but a little more advanced. That's all we are
Yeah,
doing.
we're as technologically advanced as the Iron Gods. That's it.
Like, the classes currently do have some nice uniqueness about them, but it's the themes that we're missing, like,
Oh yeah, before we go wandering to that room,
Yeah.
I think
10-minute refocus?
yeah,
10-minute refocus.
because I want my spell back.
Yes. Shadow Step was that?
Gibson will just twiddle his thumbs, go through a box. Ooh, a box. Aw. Ooh, a box. Aw. Ooh, a box. Aw. 10 minutes straight.
I'm like halfway through. I think that one's empty.
No, it's not. Aw.
I think that one actually might have
I think
something
what
in it.
I'm doing is I'm watching him and going, "Oh, in a different reality, this little teddy bear was in that. In a different reality, there was a little octopus keychain in that one." And he's
Aw.
just like, until he gets mad at me and tells me, "Knock it off!"
No, he's excited. He's just like, this is great. I'm gonna make a lot of cat puns. I'm just give me a moment. He'll chuck an empty with the biggest one. He goes, if it fits, it sits. Just chucks it at Darvis.
I'm just like thinking Darvis is probably the worst person for gifts because it's like, oh yeah, yeah, with my powers, I know exactly what's in your present. It's a grenade. Don't open it. And they're like, it's the latest vid game. What are you talking about? Oh, sorry, wrong reality.
Wrong timeline, actually.
Wrong timeline.
Wrong timeline. Oh, my bad. Wrong timeline.
So while you were focusing, I'm going to make a comment. A lot of people right now, the thing that I dislike is everybody keeps comparing the Solarian to a Jedi. And I want to find out, like, what the real, like, where this came from. Because, like, they're charismatic, yes. Okay, they have a blade. Okay, yeah, black hole makes you move. But, like, they're not a Jedi. They're, I mean, maybe they're monk. Maybe.
They're, like, for me, first edition, um, they had several, especially the graviton powers, were very, like, dark side Jedi.
Okay.
Like, you have Crush, which is, like, choke.
Yeah.
Force choke. Yeah.
You could also pick people and objects up and throw them around.
Okay.
I forgot what power that one was.
Force push.
Well,
there
we
was-
mean.
Yeah, what
in-
we mean what the revelation is in Starfinder.
yeah, we know that we need to stop mentioning that because
Ah.
Disney copyright.
Yeah, but you can say things like that. We just don't apply them.
Yeah.
But
We
they
just
didn't
can't-
have, like, I suppose if you were electrically tuned Solarian, you could be a little Emperor-ish, but not much. And, like, a lot of the just plain light side powers, you don't see much of. Closest I can think of is Stellar Rush for force speed.
Maybe, yeah.
That's
And see, I just never equated it as a Jedi.
Yeah.
It was a esoteric monk. Just happened to focus on the powers of the sun.
yeah.
Just like the Vanguard goes, let me think about black holes
And
and the heat death of the universe.
You talk about balance of black holes and the sun and and living stars, and you're just like, maybe there's this force in between them.
Okay, I can see it. I just
And
like
so it's easy to get there once you start going down that train. But
okay.
a lot of their powers are just like, no, these are just star shapes. It's either a black hole or a star, and that's what their powers revolve around. Because I have yet to see a Jedi light themselves on fire and attack someone. Please do it, but
I mean, I always called them Jedi-esque.
Jedi-esque,
It's like,
yeah.
sure, they have some things that are similar, but they go about it in a different way.
Yeah, because I've tried to play them, quote unquote, like a Jedi. They don't work.
No.
like depending on how you want to
So
go.
let me clarify that. But what that I mean is like they have a modicum strength, a modicum dex, a modicum constitution, but heavy charisma. I wanted to clarify like what that meant. So continue.
Yeah, and like if I was going to, depending on the kind of Jedi I was trying to emulate, like I probably would have gone with the Mystic in first edition. Use the Epiphany for a solar weapon,
Yes, I've seen those played, and they're fantastic.
and you can get a lot more with the Mystic spell list to be more Jedi-like.
Okay.
But you guys go in there, and this looks like a storage area. You wonder why the little creature in there hasn't bothered you guys, despite the hallways being small. And it's just a little shaking security robot.
Can you talk to it?
Are you okay?
Let's see. You have your spell up. Well,
Yeah.
we'll say it includes mental health as well. Like, this is a ultra depressed robot and is scared and doesn't understand what's happening. Um, According to its medical records, it's known as Dave.
What's the name of the robot in Hitchhiker's Guide? Marvin.
Marvin. Or Melvin, I can't remember exactly. I think it is Marvin.
His name is Dave.
Yep.
Dave.
Dave, how you doing, buddy?
And that's when it's also part of his general physiology. No mouth. Nothing to communicate with.
Doesn't have a screen on its chest or anything?
No, nothing to communicate.
It's not a
with.
Teletubby.
He literally said that.
Well, I was thinking.
No, you're valid
One
question.
tap for yes, 2 taps for no.
And only ask him open questions.
Only ask yes, no questions.
I've always hated that people are like, okay, this is yes, this is no, and they don't ask yes or no questions. They're just like, well, what do you know about this? They're like, that's not a yes or no question.
Do you want to get out of here?
And it kind of sways back and forth.
Is there a.
I'm go. You can go. Yes. No.
Alright. It charges up its pulse caster and shoots twice at the floor where you pointed.
So no, it does not want to leave.
Okay. You can stay here.
Can we help you? Why am I over enunciating? Can we help you?
Is there some kind of port we could plug something into? Because the robot
Let-
has-
Hold
let it
on.
ask.
Hold on, Bard. Hold on.
It shoots twice.
Okay, we can't help it.
Okay.
Do you want to be left
us
alone?
To lock the door behind us?
Yeah,
He asks first.
As far as I can tell, there's no door.
Okay.
Oh.
So I was like, wonder why we never saw it before. And it was like, oh, we just zoomed by because I could never remember what was there.
You can ask about that port there, Barty boy?
Well, not if we can't get close to it.
No, we can get close to it.
Does it have like a port that we can
Oh,
plug in?
you're not asking the... Okay. I thought you were asking it.
No, I just wanted to see if I could see if there was a port that we could plug in like a screen or something.
Like a USB port.
You're right.
Like some kind of... I suddenly forgot. Maintenance.
Yeah.
Like a scomp port.
Yeah.
Give me a crafting check.
1.
All right. So,
2. Sorry.
you know that for this series of robot, they do have a port you can interface with. It just takes large blunt force trauma to get to it.
Oh.
But it's totally the way real mechanics do it. You've seen
Again, until he says something, I don't act on this.
And I think there's a port that you can hook up your like a screen or something. You just got to hit it really, really hard.
I mean, we have a data pad. I can hit it really hard.
Hold on. Stop.
Stop.
I will take a better look at the robot and see if I can find a maintenance port.
We have a data pad here. Can we hook that up to you?
Alright.
I'm asking that question while he does that.
Yeah.
Stay in the tray. Oh, that's a 10 total.
I think it's right in the middle of the chest. You just got to punch it really hard.
So, you know that his VidTube tutorial is wrong. What you have heard, though, that you think is more trustworthy, is this was a proprietary thing. So you need to hire, you need to contact a repairman from a specific company, who is the only one who has...
It's got a lightning port, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Something like that. Like, no, that is completely inaccurate.
Like, do you think you could, uh, you know, do it, but it would ruin the warranty, and you'd face legal action?
Do it.
Let's just leave it alone.
Well, I do finally ask him, like, um,
And to your question, he kind of doesn't know. It seems uncertain. Like, it doesn't know yes or no to your question.
okay, if we find a safer spot for you, do you want us to come back and tell you?
It shoots twice.
Okay, sounds good. Have a good day.
Enjoy your time in this room.
There.
No heavens.
I mean, I don't even see the doors to get into some of these places.
Yeah.
Like, part of it is I was confused. Like, sometimes it was doors, but I'm like, part of it is that there's multi-levels that I think are trying to be shown. And multiple levels on one map on the battle maps is always hard to
Yeah.
show. Alright, so we
I
went.
think it's funny that Jeremiah is just absolutely avoiding this room
Yes.
at all times.
Yes. I'm metagaming. I'm sorry.
That's like the first room I would have checked.
Because, like,
It's scary. It takes up the entire corner.
You're not wrong. And that's why I would have cleared it first.
So, I'm looking at what I think the map is trying to convey is that these are underneath this level.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Then how do we get there?
You go this way, because this catwalk this is over everything. This is the middle,
Okay.
and then you have gone this way, but, like, I didn't know. But, like, this makes sense, type of thing. But then this didn't connect to anything this way.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, I don't know for sure what the artist's intention was, because it looked like this was definitely over stuff,
Yes.
but like this hallway doesn't connect to any of this, and just ends.
So.
And so I was like, so I'm just treating these as open
Okay.
because that's how we dealt with them.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't the first map that they've done, tried to do multiple levels on, and
Made it
My favorite is when they
absolutely
don't put the
more confusing.
scale on the map.
Fred, I am
There's a
rolling
Dead
so
Suns map
well.
where
That's
it
kind of,
looks like it's 5 feet, but it's like, oh no, each square is 20 feet. You're like, where's that? Where's that written?
That's kind of like with Traveler. They don't have a scale.
Then
on
on
there.
scale. That's rough.
On the other hand, sometimes I get annoyed for scale. I remember our Pathfinder first edition adventure where it was like, each square is 500 feet. I'm like, what? What do you mean 500 feet? I'm like, oh, this map is huge.
Yeah.
It's massive.
Yeah.
It was. They were like, well, we need to make it fit a battle map. And I'm like, hey-ho.
No, you don't. You need to get the cutout where they're fighting
On the,
and
other,
do that.
on the other hand, it would have been a really good time to have those sniper rifles.
Yeah.
Too bad they didn't exist. Alright, so steam occasionally billows from heat vents in the floor and ceiling of these 20-foot high metal corridors, which lie right in front of you. Let's see. but Bob, you're looking at the door, and it is open. You notice. Let me see if you get that one. Yeah. Can't stop rolling good for Bob.
That's good.
Good.
Okay. So you're looking at this, and you're like, "This is wrong," and you think that the door is rigged for someone to slam it on someone going through it.
Yeah.
If you knew where the computer was, you could manually override it. Otherwise, you can use crafting to just jam the doors open so they don't eat anyone.
I'll let you know because I have no crafting.
Okay. Well, let's see if my die rolls a 3 for me again. So I will try and jam them open since that's my only option. 14.
Alright. These doors are jammed open. Looking inside, you see all the vents in the floors, and you're like, that also looks like stuff trying to kill us.
Yeah, that looks like a gas trap.
So it looks like first time I've seen thievery. Anyway, looking at the vents, it looks like the easiest way to deal with them is crafting. You can also use thievery.
Ooh. What's your crafting bonus?
7.
Can I aid with thievery?
No.
I'd allow it.
Okay.
And it's DC 20?
15.
15 now.
No, I just got a 9.
Okay. So, nothing bad. You don't get in the way.
Okay, well, crafting of 25.
Alright.
Before we go much further, I need all you guys' contact information real quick.
You've gotten it. You've gotten it. Definitely during the refocus.
Oh, when we had the 10 minutes of
Yeah.
reflex, it's like, beep.
Fred pulls out his Blackberry.
Oh, I need it for a spell.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, we all gave it to you.
yeah, I pull out my comm unit. It's like, there you go. There's my code.
So give me. There's 2 more vents in the area.
Joy.
I'm gonna do this by myself. 23 thievery.
All right.
I want to help.
So you steal
I'm
the
happy to
fire
let you.
from the vent, and it is cold and safe to be around.
Okay.
You just put fire in your pocket.
Yeah.
Kind of like Power World.
And the next one?
Yep.
Also a craft?
Yep.
All right. 13.
All right. So you fix that one, and as you fix the last one, a slow clap as a small figure rounds the corner. Well done. You have passed the test. I, Gerald, shall join you. And you see a small space station goblin.
Ah, yes. So I love man. I love
I know,
goblins.
you love goblins, and I'm just sitting here going,
Oh, it's a gremlin.
Yeah.
Oh,
oh, gremlin.
worse. Worse.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Hey, it's something I can mind blast finally.
Good. Okay.
I mean, I don't say that openly. I'll admit, I'll say that, but I'm finally looking at it going, oh,
Ah, something I can kill.
something if it screws me over, I'm gonna kill it.
Gibson's like, oh, I like this guy. Meet a new guy, and the first thing he goes, I'm gonna kill that. And that looks like a baby.
Great heart.
Oh, okay.
Eating gremlin.
Angle it down a little.
Yeah. Okay, that's better. I
It's got some weird bezel issue,
Yeah.
angle of view weirdness.
Well,
I
I
chose it
appreciate
outright.
the offer. Do you want to expound on that as to why we should bring you with us?
Well, of course, you have joined the Trap Beaters Association. Yeah. And I'm in charge of it.
Well, good. Well, we're in charge of the Trap Beaters Association.
What?
Yep. You're like the assistant to the regional manager, buddy.
Alright, give me a social check.
I don't know what that is.
Either
Roll society.
Intimidate, you can,
Or
If
yeah,
you-
intimidate, diplomacy,
let's see, I'm trying to remember
society,
skills.
deception.
Nature would work. If that's still there, I can't remember.
Nature does.
Does
yeah.
exist.
I have intimidation. I also have sports lore. I'm kidding. That's not gonna be useful.
It might later.
19 intimidation.
Alright. Oh, well, sorry. You know, I was here doing my job. I thought you were like regular mortals.
No. You're doing exactly what we sent you out here to do.
Okay. Yeah.
When did we
Didn't
join?
wanna offend anyone, so.
Now, this is a spot check. Doing pretty good.
Yeah. Alright. Well, I think we're about done here.
Yeah, no, you're right. We are pretty much done here.
I think you guys got everything except for the other door, but that was more in just in case you used the other door. So.
Yeah. Now, just to make sure we're quality checking your work here. So it's just this one, the vents, and the other door.
Yeah.
Did you do anything else? We want to make sure we're inspecting your work correctly.
Oh no. I was
All
at-
right. Also, now just to make sure we're getting it accurately done, we need you to disarm the other door for us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we
sure.
got to make sure
And
you know how to disarm your own.
Show me how.
He pulls out a little data pad and just turns the hits a little icon and the door works normally now.
Oh, that's
Pretty
pretty
good.
that's pretty good. That's good. You got marks for ingenuity. And like the Gibson will take out the data pad and just like and hand it back. All he does is just doesn't type anything. He just scratches a mark on it and hands it back.
Yeah. Darvis looks at it. Yep, we're done here.
'Kay.
Let's move on.
What was your name? Make sure we have that for the record.
Gerald.
Gerald. Fantastic.
He said he was coming with us.
No, he needs to. We don't want him to abandon his post. He needs to stay here.
See, that was my mistake. Like I said, I thought you were regular mortals. Thought you were going to work for me from now on, but that's not happening. So it's okay.
He was recruiting people for his association. Didn't know that he was working for us. It's all weird paperwork.
Yeah. We don't keep track of each other.
I pulled that. Okay. How do you feel today?
Great.
Have you noticed anything unusual with your? I'm the doctor here.
Oh, okay.
Just a regular medical exam.
Did a regular medical exam. I need to find the biggest needle we have. I gotta draw some blood.
Yeah, turn around, bend over, take down your pants.
Yeah, sure. Been through all this before.
Oh my god.
So he pulls out like a cartoonishly large syringe from his pack. Like it's twice as big as him.
This is definitely a work. Why did? Never mind.
You gonna poke? Okay. So what comes out is like dark, sparkly. Kind of looks like stars in the syringe.
So this is a gag. Yeah.
Oh, not from behind. That's a gag you don't want.
Oh
He's a
no,
gremlin.
it's real.
So you're not supposed to eat after midnight, right?
No, that's my cousins. They like to do cameos of celebrities and stuff. They're real fun to be around.
Because technically it's always after midnight.
But yeah, you do notice that, like, he's registered about recent loss of blood. So yeah, what's in the syringe is real.
Okay.
Put it away.
Well,
Fred, you now have a syringe full of fey blood. It's going to be a D6 piercing. We're going to go simple proficiency.
Is it poison?
Don't know. Never tried to put someone else's blood in someone else before.
I mean, that's a valid. That's a valid statement. That is a valid statement.
it will definitely produce an immune response from both.
I'm trying to figure out what to put into consumables.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah. 1 syringe of Fey Gremlin blood. 1d6 damage.
It's two-handed.
He wasn't kidding when he said it was cartoonishly large.
I know. And all I'm thinking of is like a really bad peanut butter shot in the butt. Oh no! Wouldn't be able to sit down for a week. Good night. And I'm also thinking of the Pearl Harbor scene where she just jabs him in the butt. He's like, oh, because he's flirting with her, flirting with the nurse, and she's like, and then he's like, you ever feel like that? Yeah. She goes something like this and just stabs him right in the butt,
Yeah.
which is a funny scene. My favorite critique of that film is it only got 2 things correct. First, there is a harbor named Pearl Harbor, and second, it is in Hawaii. Everything else is fictitious.
Yeah.
My dad was so pissed when he watched that.
Yeah, it's so bad. It's got some things in it, like the black chef who took out ships. He went from his post, went to a gun, manned the gun, took care of it.
Well, what's really funny is they had Arleigh Burke cruisers in there, and they didn't like CGI the Old World II. They actually look like modern warships. there.
Yeah.
And my dad was so pissed, and he's like, all it was is a damn love story with a love triangle, and he's so pissed off at it. Then I took him to go see Midway, and he says, no, that's the correct way of doing it.
Midway looks good. I haven't seen it yet. Did you take him to see
You know,
Battleship?
I finally. Oh God. No.
I haven't even
No.
You
watched
should be like,
No.
it's a real movie about a battleship, Dad.
I've watched Battleship twice. And it's
Unfortunately, I have too, because somehow in the intervening years of when I saw it the first time, and all the positive stuff they post on Facebook about, hey, that's a real combat double amputee.
Oh yeah, that guy. That guy's
I'm like,
awesome.
He is awesome. I went and watched it again, and I'm like, why did I do this to myself?
I don't think I've seen it the first time.
Like-
all the way through.
Good, don't.
For a movie based on a simplistic board game, like, it's astounding how much
Yes.
they, like, figured out a way to jam that in.
It is.
I'm like, it looks cool. I'm like, I want to see a battleship take apart an alien spaceship more often.
I think the best thing about the film Battleship were the spin-off trailers for the other games. Like, you ever want to play this game? Minesweeper the movie! Which, if you haven't seen the trailer, it's brilliant.
Well, they got, I guess another good one would be Battleship Yamamoto or Star Blazers.
Oh,
Yeah, those
that's
are good.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, why are you talking about those good things when we're talking about Battleship?
Well, I mean, to me, it's like if you want a good show about a battleship, it'd be Yamamoto.
I mean, it's a good show about battleships,
Yeah.
but it's not the
Macross,
same.
Macross or BattleTech / BattleTech, technically. It just depends on where you watched it.
or Robotech,
Robotech,
Robotech.
not
I'm
Battletech.
like, Battletech?
not BattleTech.
No, no,
Robotech.
no,
Yeah.
no.
No, they were suing. Oh, Robotech was suing BattleTech because of some of the
yeah,
minis.
Robotech went after Harmony
Harmony
Gold
Gold.
is the actual
Yeah.
problem. Harmony Gold was the problem.
It's no
Because
longer
they
public.
had, I know, everything has been fixed. I now have 2 Marauders. I am happy.
Yes. Yes, and now I just got to figure out a place to play.
Let's see.
Toad and Tricycle.
Yeah.
Uh,
They ran an ad in Facebook that said for D&D and Warhammer.
Yeah.
other board game movie, Clue, was very good.
Oh,
Clue was actually good.
done. They're supposed to do a reboot here pretty soon, and I'm a little concerned.
Yeah, because they don't have the people that were in that one.
Most of them are dead.
I
No.
wouldn't say most of them.
Most of them are
Some
not dead.
The main actor is, isn't he? Yeah.
Which, there's 7 main actors.
The actual butler. The guy that actually
Tim
saw...
Curry, he's still alive.
Why do I
He's
always
not doing well, though.
No, he's at the end of his life cycle.
No, I was thinking of the guy that played Snape for some strange reason.
Yeah, he's not in that film at
No,
all.
he wasn't
no.
in that.
No, I was thinking... Yeah, I got him mixed up.
That's fine.
Because even like Christopher Lloyd is still alive.
He's still alive.
He's also at the end of his life
Oh.
cycle.
And then they made the Monopoly movie. They just called it Wolf on Wall Street.
I was like, oh, they made a Monopoly movie. No, they did not. Gosh dang it, Brian. I was
That
excited.
Was a good one. That was good. Well done, Brian.
Brian with the quick wit, man.
That's a short.
I watched a video. Someone turned their Monopoly board into a D&D adventure. And so I was like, it was very clever. They had little quests that you do at different properties instead of just buying them. But some of them were simple, like, it was like they renamed it to Reading Road, and they're like, we're bandits, and we'd like someone to be in charge of us. It would take 100 gold to do that.
That's pretty good.
And then they tied the character's life to their gold, and so he had a villainous dragon chasing them around, and it would do like 100 gold in damage if it hit you with its abilities. I'm like, he went into it very. He thought about it really well. I was like, it was very clever.
That's fascinating. That's good for them. Okay, so we're gonna go into this far room over here,
Far room.
leaving
Has
Gerald
nice-
behind, and Gerald's behind. Yeah, I was waiting for it.
Because he has a fun ability. He just snaps and teleports into a nearby control panel and disappears.
Oh, that's cool.
Space Station Gremlins have the ability to teleport between control panels or pipes, traveling 100 feet at a time.
That's cool.
And so he just moves along.
I'm guessing that's not a playable race.
It might be. It's not playable right now.
Who knows? Like, there's like 130 playable races from Starfinder for them to choose from. So,
And they're going to be releasing a lore book the beginning of next year, the end of this year, which is underneath Starfinder First Edition, but will be compatible with Second Edition. It's kind of some weird mental gymnastics they're doing, but it's fine.
An actual scenario type book?
No. Of all the races and stuff like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So they're actually putting all the races into a book. So you're not looking through 50 books to find the races.
and they did that with Interstellar Species, and then they added, or no, Interstellar Species, wasn't it?
Galactic Magic or Ports of Call?
Interstellar Species had extra stuff for all of them. I realized that it was a different book I was thinking of. But you guys try to open the next door around, and it's locked.
Well,
Darvis, will you care to open this jar of pickles for me?
is it a computer check?
Like, you're looking around, and you try the panel, and the doors open a bit. It looks like the reason you can't get in is it's barricaded.
Oh, I think this might be more up your alley than mine.
So take an athletics check to force it open.
Can I roll again?
You've got a hero point.
No, I just want to roll again.
Yeah, there's no.
I want to ask if there's
failure.
penalty.
Yeah,
20.
there we go.
I'm like, it's really hard, guys. No, it's not.
Like, you were like, man, this is so tough, and then you're like, oh, and there's like a little zip stick, and you turn off the magic duct tape. I forgot what it was called in the first edition.
Ion tape?
Ion tape. And it goes back to its normal limp tape form, and you're like, man, it's a lot easier now that the tape's turned off. And inside, you find a Scaramander tour guide, complete with flags and signs for pointing.
Are you real?
I think I'm real.
Are you willing to help?
Yes.
What's your name?
They took that from me.
Your name is Jeffrey.
Thank you. There's also a Sheeran family of 3.
Hold on. Jeffrey, you are his assistant.
Okay. The tour guide has a Sheeran family of 3 with 2 larval containers, a group of Patra. We'll say
All in this, like, 2x4 room?
yes.
Holy freaking crap.
Well, I shouldn't have used a D12, but I rolled what I rolled. So there's 12 Patra. And
It's a friggin' litter, dude.
no, I can't use they're the Vesk. I have to use the D12. And rolling well on the D12s apparently. And there are 20 Vesk. They look young, with little iPads and stuff. Looks like they were
iPad
steamed.
children.
How did you guys fit in here?
We don't know. We were lost. We ended up here, and what did you say his name is? Jeffrey?
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey guided us in here and sealed us in with iron tape. And now we're safe, but we can't leave. Until you broke down the door, that is. That's a little awkward. The Vesk kids are like, yeah, do it again.
Is the other door barricaded?
No. And that door just goes to a catwalk, and the Patra there claim it as their cultural territory, so none of us were allowed to go there.
Looks at the Patra, goes, too freaking bad. Vescarium. And walks into the room.
Yeah, so
Did they just
You get canceled.
pee all over it?
they're like shocked at your audacity. The Vesk are like, yeah, Vescarium. And then let's roll initiative.
Oh. That was not my intent. I apologize.
Yeah.
12 for Gibson. This isn't gonna work. To clarify,
10. I was thinking nuts.
They are all in this room.
Like, they didn't give firm numbers. I just made them up with dice rolls. But they were like, yeah, they're all in there. And Darvis?
14.
Alright. So when you open the other door, you see it kind of looks plainly like a turret.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
So you open it up and you see this blue cannon charging up at you, pointing right at you.
That's why it's theirs.
But
Did you get Gibson's initiative?
Yeah.
Okay.
um,
No, I was like, are we fighting all these things? It's going to be impossible in this area.
and yeah, okay. So it's just like 10 feet in front of Gibson.
Is it 20 feet in the ceiling?
This one's popped out on the floor.
Oh, okay. I'm going to go kick it.
Okay. The first is Darvis up.
What'd you roll?
A 14.
14.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Hey,
You're doing
I'm just looking at this going, is there any chance I could bypass it?
Give me a crafting or any magical tradition check.
No, really.
So that's a 9.
9. Okay.
I'm guessing that's a fail.
Yeah, that's a
A hero point.
Not idly do the leaves of Lothlorien fall.
Yeah. So 17.
I need this far too much. Alright. So, you're looking at, and you figure there are 2 ways you can do it. The first way is you can reprogram the turret with a Arcana and Computers check. It'll take 2 checks. Or you can do Thievery twice to disable the turret's sensors. Or you can just hit it really hard.
Factory reset.
Yeah.
Well, destroy it.
Destroy it. Yeah, effectively. Is it 2 actions to do a check?
Yeah.
2 actions each?
Yeah.
Each check, yeah.
That's...
For a disabled device checks.
So
they're
I've
usually
already
2
used
actions.
1 just to do this.
I would say you could do the Arcana from range. Because you just got, as far as I'm concerned, it's just you weaving symbols to be like, no, friend.
Okay, so... yeah, I'll try Arcana.
Okay.
That's a 9.
Alright.
That's a 9.
So you see, like an answer in magical symbols. Error, friend not recognized.
Shut the door.
Error friend not found.
Mm-hmm. Alright, Gibson.
It's an error 44, not 404. Gibson! Well, time to factory reset it. I'm going to walk right up to it and kick it. Well, I'm going to claw at it twice. No, I'm going to jaw at it.
Okay.
So that's a diplomacy check, right?
Yes. 19 for the first one.
No, hit.
Most likely a crit fail on the second one. 3 on the die. So that's a total of 4.
4 would critically fail. That doesn't matter.
An 8 piercing. As I just kind of chomp on it.
Okay. It kind of tastes.
Like a bad decision.
No, this one has like a minty aftertaste.
Ooh. It's like a dentist stick.
I was trying to think of a frozen treat that was crunchy, and I couldn't think of one.
Choco Taco.
There you go. All right. It didn't like that, but now it is Bob.
I am going to do the shadow snap thing.
Probably would have been useful to have our little gremlin here.
Eh. I'm a meat shield.
Shadow snap.
Is a turret mindless?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shadow snap.
I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Man, I can do English.
I will.
Wow. I got a lot of information in that room. Analyze?
Oh yeah.
I know way too much about those people.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
like-
eyes.
It's like the
Oh,
Jumanji.
didn't need to know
Allergic to cake.
that. No weakness cake.
Yeah.
So, I feel like you would know it's magic and blue and cold and probably isn't going to be hurt by a shadow since it does cold damage.
It's a robot from the floor. It doesn't have a shadow.
Everything has a shadow.
Everything has a shadow.
Shadow plane, you've never been there.
No, I haven't.
It's awful. Don't go there.
He's not wrong.
Ricochet on page 231.
2d4?
It's 1d4, 2d4.
It's 2d4. Oh, I did that in a microphone. I'm going to kill myself. I have a new child. I don't sleep.
Okay. Yeah. So, it makes a save. Roll your 2d4.
Oh, sorry. Trigger warning about inappropriate jokes.
7.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Is Ricochet a cantrip?
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
Um,
It's Destructo Disc.
so, you gotta throw this little, I imagine like a little energy ball and just bounces everywhere. And eventually, it hits a turret.
The cool
And
thing
the
is you can
turret
up
is
to 2
unprepared
targets.
for this and dies.
Oh. Factory reset.
I'm just glad it didn't start shooting kids.
Yeah, it'd be horrible if you shot kids out. That'd be weird. Oh, you mean like shooting kids? Well, there's nobody. I can't see the
We
kids.
have a bunch of vest kids in here.
But like, we can just
You
push
don't
them over to
tell
the
me
side.
that they're not visible.
They're not. I don't.
There's 20 of them.
I don't see them on the map.
And then, as you guys are hearing the victory music playing from your comm units after
Oh yeah.
a successful battle, you hear a voice calling from down the hallway. It's kind of dark, but anyone with dark vision sees in black and white a couple of shadowy Isoki with rifles pointed down at you.
This direction?
Yep. And they're like, and you hear a voice go, "We got you. Just surrender and go back to your little room where you came from."
Wait, what? You want me to surrender?
Yeah.
No, you surrender. I am way bigger than you, and you are little tiny rats. 18 intimidation.
Okay. Let's see. So, that's a little success. Give me another intimidate check.
19.
Okay. Remarkably consistent. Just how I like it. Okay, so you see them looking back and forth at each other. Giant star knives strapped to their backs. And they're like, fine. Find your own way out. And they scamper off.
Wait, you were going to offer us a way? You told me just not to leave. Your sentence doesn't make sense.
Yep. Let's see.
Okay, now we go to the big room.
A little bit by the turret, you find a little box. Looks like this is the Isoki stash.
Oh, okay.
There's a set of tactical hard light hand wraps. So give +1 to your unarmed attacks. So you can use that.
Okay.
That'll work for your jaw strike.
Yeah.
And a
Just wrapped in each
sonic
individual tooth.
scream spell check.
Question, is it to all my unarmed, or is it just a specific?
All of your unarmed.
Okay.
Yeah, all unarmed.
I'll wrap it around my tail.
What
Sonic
was the other thing
Scream?
we found?
Sonic Scream. Let me go. I'm not gonna find Sonic Scream in the adventure switch books. Okay. Alright, does 1d8 Sonic in a 15-foot cone,
That's cool.
targeting fortitude. Creature fails its saving throw, also becomes sickened 1.
Is it a divine or what kind of?
Arcane, occult, and primal.
Yeah.
I
So
can
not
like
for
that.
you.
So it'll be for, I think, a
I don't. Aren't you also divine?
No, I'm a cult.
Oh, you're a cult. Okay.
So it is literally the 3 we don't have.
Yeah, cult.
Yeah, you have a
yeah,
cult.
I have a cult. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's why I was double checking.
No, I have. You're right. I can use it. Why did I think we had the same thing?
Because we have some of the same spells.
Similar weakness
Similar
to
weakness to
non-thinking enemies.
Yeah, I was looking at this going, I can do something. Scares them off. God damn it.
Oh, my apologies.
That's fine.
Make my life easier.
So I just handled it using the coerce action.
Okay.
So that's their NPC attitude system to just be like handle discussions. So if you saw skill feats for like the coerce action, that's what it's for. And
Okay.
that's why I had you do another check because you coerced one, not
Need
the
to
other.
coerce the other.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I have no clue.
Like the other one probably wouldn't have stuck around if
Was it a combat?
it was, but I was like, they're just here with sniper rifles causing trouble. I don't. They're like, this is our catwalk, and I'm like, that's a weird line to draw. So
Also, I'm a Vesk. I'm going to reach them real quickly and make them rethink their decisions.
You will be rethinking your life choices after this.
Okay.
Well, probably not.
So we got that. Let's go over here to the big blue room. Off this catwalk.
That's the catwalk.
Honestly, I think this is a good.
This is
spot.
it's a good spot. It's probably a good spot to
Yeah, I think it's a good spot.
before we head into the big bad room.
Yeah. Because then maybe we'll have our reinforcements back.
Yeah.
And that is a truly unpleasant soda that you got?
Oh yeah, vile.
I still have I've had worse.
Yes.
I've had worse. The Peeps Pepsi was worse.
Oh, you hands over fist.
I mean, yeah, that was. This is not good though.
I would never buy it.
Yeah, no.
I was-
I mean, I'm glad you got it so we could try it.
Yeah.
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 Because I am very much a creature of impulse buying. Ooh, cool! I like that.
I buy most of the Mountain Dew flavors now.
Yeah.
So, we should probably end with this fight because, once you get through this, you guys finish this chapter.
Chapter.
Okay.
And then we level
you'll
up.
Level up
Okay.
too.
That's
Okay.
valid.
Let's do it.
And I was making sure it wasn't some in-game boss thing, and I'm like, no, it looks terribly pedestrian.
So the ooze was probably the boss.
Yeah.
Effectively.
I think it was the statues.
Yeah, I would have called the statue.
Oh yeah, the
There's a
statue
statue.
was definitely the
This-
boss. My bad.
And we definitely had the firepower for it too. And it
We
still
needed
took
it.
forever.
All right.
Okay. So,
We're gonna do it quickly though, so you can get home.
because there's only one active enemy. So roll initiative.
I'm doing the scout.
Okay, so hey, I got double digits this time.
Oh, nice. 10?
10.
Rough. Do you have a 20? Ah, screw you.
Yeah, I found the freaking dog in Baldur's Gate today.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, and I got it the little boy, and it's like, let's go back to the 9 hells, Ruffy. What?
Sounds like a bad idea. What the heck is that?
I don't know, but it's in a time dilation now.
Yes, it is. Okay, whenever you're ready.
Okay. So you guys open up the door. You are.
No, don't put it in the middle. Put it on the edge. Yeah.
And this is a 40-foot high room. You are, as far as I understand it, 20 feet up on this catwalk area.
Okay.
And level with you, flying 20 feet in the air, is a small beast.
Oh no.
Let's see. What's your initiatives?
27.
10.
13. Nope, 14.
28.
It might matter.
I didn't realize you got 10 total. That's. But you're rolling it wherever it counts. You're doing pretty good everywhere else.
Yeah. No, I agree. Where I need to roll well, I'm rolling pretty well. For the most part. I flubbed that Arcana check.
Eh. We factory reset it. It was fine.
Bob, you see a winged creature screech at you.
Scream at it back like Brendan Fraser does in The Mummy.
That is one of the best part of the Mummy.
Yep. But go ahead and use something magical to damage it mentally, because that has a mind.
Yeah, but a Shadow Snap seems to do more damage.
No, your Shadow Snap is 1d10. Your
1d10.
mental one is 2d10. Your cantrip is just 2d6. Just straight.
What was it
Eldritch Lance
Eldritch
is
Lance.
2d6.
And then you have another one.
match Grim Tendrils?
But you can, like, if you want to start with Shadow Snap, you can sustain it each round as long as you can hit the enemy with your cantrip. You can just sit there and spam both of them until the end of combat.
Can you sustain multiple spells?
Yeah, it just takes an action to do so.
Okay, that's really fine. Because
It's,
he's got that motivating ringtone.
And so it's a thing of Um, if you sustain too many things, you won't be able to cast anymore or do other actions.
Yeah.
So
I mean, but yeah, if you're sustaining 3 spells that are very, very beneficial,
yeah,
Do you really care?
Okay.
but it'd be hard to sustain 3 spells because you'd need a 1-action spell that sustains. But
Yeah.
what you gonna do, Fred?
oh wait, so you have to, in order to sustain the spell, you have to cast it with the same action.
Well, you have to cast.
You
it
have to be able to
first,
cast it. Most spells take 2 actions.
and then if one of your actions is sustained, that's it. If you cast another sustaining spell for 2 actions, now you
Oh, so it's
Do
not a
two
single
different-
action to sustain. It's the act. Sustain is the number of actions to take to originally cast a spell.
No.
no.
Sustain
Each
is
spell
1.
Correct, yeah.
Needs to be sustained.
Correct.
But for me to
Most
cast another spell would be 2.
spells take 2 actions to cast.
Okay, so what you're
initially.
saying, you can only really only do it twice because
Yes.
then you're out of extra. Okay, I see what you're saying.
You're out of
I
the
was
action to
misinterpreting.
cast the
Okay,
spell
okay.
Okay.
to sustain. I don't know if there is any single action sustainable spells.
Motivating ringtone. That's what I was asking.
Sure,
Yeah.
So
but you're not going to find a lot of others.
yeah. No, I was just curious.
Well, in Pathfinder 2nd Edition, there's not many. You can probably sustain 2 spells at most. Because there are 2-action spells that sustain, and you could start with like a 3-action.
The Eldritch Lance is what? How much damage?
2d6.
2d6.
56. I will cast the
Is it a
Eldritch.
spell attack? Or
It is a spell
It's
attack.
an attack against AC.
Okay.
That is 15 on the dice. 20.
How much?
You only have a 20?
Well,
You only have a 5?
So it would be 3 plus your key
Plus
ability
your-
score.
Spellcasting,
So it should be 7.
it should be at least 7.
yeah, 7. Sorry.
So 22.
So 22.
So that's a hit.
Eight points of damage.
Okay.
That's 2 actions, right?
That's 2 actions.
And I will pull out my laser rifle.
You don't have it out?
Probably, we're walking around. Probably not. It's heavy.
I'm not putting my crossbolter away.
Well, that's fine.
I'm literally like, there's been too much going on. We found one room where it literally was, don't shoot.
Let's see. Okay. I can do what one's from here. Okay, it was a 25 hit Gibson.
25 hits Gibson.
Okay. You take 12 electrical. And
I am half health.
um,
That was a really good hit.
what is your armor?
Shalash 2?
Polycarbon.
Well,
I don't have the book on my phone, otherwise.
It's a trait I'm looking for.
Oh.
Did you write it down? Does that have a tech trait?
It most likely does. All of them have tech traits. It's the Shalash 2 arm. I can't. Oh, dear freaking goodness. The medium armor Shalash 2. I didn't write it down, other traits.
Shotolashu, yes it does. Okay.
So I
So-
die.
Your powered components in your armor like dip a bit, and it looks like it heals some damage.
Oh.
And let's see, do it again. No, but roll that, and that's fine. And then last action will be to fly, and it'll stay in place there. 20 feet up. And now it is Gibson.
Okay. It's 20 feet in the air.
Yep.
I take out one of the laser pistols that we have.
Yep.
One action. Fire it. I'm assuming it goes off dex.
Yep.
It's 19 on the die. So 24.
24 will hit.
Was it 1d4?
D6.
Oh, d6. 4 points.
Okay.
And says, "You suck," and will raise his shield.
Okay.
Cause holy crap,
Yeah.
Make sure range.
12 points of damage is a lot.
It is.
Okay. And then
I'm just staying there because that
Sorry.
friggin' hurt.
you said 4, right?
4, yes.
Okay. And then Darvis.
Okay, this thing has kind of. I want to use Mind Skewer.
Mm-hmm.
I have it here. It says you overload a creature's mind with a glut of psychic information or divine judgment.
Mm-hmm.
I'm obviously psychic. The mental onslaught deals 2d6 mental damage. But it says on a critical hit, the target takes 46 mental damage and stupefied 2 for 1 round.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is, it's telling me the defense is will.
They probably mean it as
A critical
Critical
fail
fail.
on the will save is what I'm thinking.
yeah.
So I'm going to hit it with a Mind Skewer.
Okay.
Do it.
Well,
17.
Just pass.
Okay, so 11 damage.
Is that the full?
That's the full.
Okay.
So 5 would be half.
Mm-hmm.
And
All I can think of is all of a sudden you try to fill its mind with all those vets kids information.
This one has a blood type of anger. This one has a blood type of B, conquer.
And for fun, you know what? I'll just shoot my crossbolter at it.
Okay.
Okay, so 22.
22 will hit.
9 damage.
Darvis, or not Darvis, Bob.
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 Uh,
Do damage, Bob. Do damage.
I'll switch. I'll heal him. I think it's just one action for that.
It's a single action, yeah.
So I'll heal you for 5. Is it no?
You can heal me for 10.
I'll heal you for 10, but then I can't heal anybody else for that.
I mean, next turn you get 4 hit points.
So I'll heal you for 10. And then I will do the Mind Strike again.
Okay.
Eldritch Lance or Mind
Eldritch
Spike?
Lance. Yeah, that's what I meant. Eldritch Lance.
Eldritch Lance.
Yes. That'll be 15 on the dice. I mean 15 total.
15 total.
No, 17.
The 15 on the dice is pretty good.
No, I got a 10 on the dice, so it's 7, so it's 17.
17.
So 17, that will hit.
7.
Alright.
This thing is, well, we haven't had any good hits on it yet.
Let's see.
Still pretty tough, because it's absorbed a lot of damage from us.
Should move close.
I've only hit for 15.
Yeah, but I've also landed a 5, so that's 20.
That's 20.
Alright.
It has healed.
Against Gibson, 30.
Jeez.
Yeah,
That's a crit. Think
that
on
is a
anyone.
crit.
That's a crit.
My AC is 20.
It's okay. Because I also roll minimum damage, so you take 8.
Oh, thank goodness. Oh. You sure this isn't an endgame boss?
Yeah. And then... 5.
Take 8.
Oh. Well, that is unlucky.
Another crit?
Yeah, I rolled a 20 on that one, and oddly, the damage die was bigger. So, this will crit you for 28.
Okay, I'm down.
Okay.
I don't know how this works.
You
You're
are
dying,
dying
to.
to.
What does that mean?
So,
That's bad.
If you reach dying
So,
4,
right here, these
normally
bubbles.
you'll die.
Okay.
Uh,
You
Why
get
am
a
I dying
flat
2
shot
not instead of dying 1?
Because
dying
it
to-
crit you
because
and
it'll
to knock
crit
you down.
Okay.
If you're stabilized or heal, if you're healed, you'll come up to wounded 1. And then if you go down again, you go your wounded value plus your dying.
Okay.
So it gets harder to bounce back.
This sounds like really weird martial arts. You're dying 2 and then you become wounded 1.
Well,
It is. Trust us.
originally it was if you were at dying 2, you come back at wounded 2.
Oh,
And then you would keep adding that.
that's
And then they changed that because that made the game super deadly.
yeah.
Yep.
Like, Fred's first time playing Pathfinder 2nd Edition, his characters died because of that. So, yeah.
I wasn't sure if I wanted to keep playing after that.
Yeah.
And
I'm surprised you wanted to keep playing Starfinder after I crit you as Obozaya. That's the first time I've ever done massive damage in Starfinder.
So
And then they changed the rule right after.
Of course.
Darvis. Okay, so
Of course they did.
we're going to tell it to give us another. We'll save. Because I'm very boring.
No. Well, that's not good.
Okay, the damage is 7.
Okay.
DC is 17.
So, like, what sort of information do you fill its brain with?
Do I fill its mind with?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, glut of psychic information.
Your 5th grade biology class.
I liked science classes.
Science
I
is
am
fun.
going to fill its head with the multitude of deaths it's had over the span of many different timelines.
Alright. So, shadowed with that guilt, it just kind of dies of fear, overwhelmed with the countless deaths across numerous realities, and it dies.
How much damage did you deal with?
7.
I rolled a 4, and that was a critical fail on the will
So
save.
14. Actually, no, it would be 46. So
That's-
I should roll 2 more dice.
Oh, good. Just make it worse. Well, they said a glut of information, so bring on the glut.
Well, I can't find my other D6 now.
It's hiding.
You want my d6s?
So 2 and 5 is 7.
So 28.
No, no.
Yeah.
No. It's not.
It's not doubled again?
No, you don't double that. It just takes 46 damage.
Oh.
But it's stupefied 2 for a round. So it still takes 14.
That's a really weird crit effect. But luckily, it's still enough to kill it. And looking around this area, you see.
We need to get him up.
I am dying.
Yeah.
Not anymore. I healed you before.
Yeah,
And then I'll cast motivating ringtone.
that is BS.
So the theme song from Airwolf Play starts playing. On
Yeah.
And I forgot I don't remember what the heal damage is on that.
It's man. Will you look at motivating ringtone?
Yeah. It's a mystic.
Mystic spell level 1.
Okay.
Divine.
Divine.
Go this way.
Found my D6.
Motivating ringtone is 1d8 plus 4.
Five.
So I'm at 9.
But I can keep.
Yeah, you can keep pumping. I mean,
Yeah, you can keep doing that for
I'll just keep doing
9
it.
more times.
I'll just keep doing it until he's.
and you can also be like full on like vitality pumping into me too.
And you can psychically manipulate him because it has to manipulate in subtle traits and
Yeah,
emotion
it's a
traits.
jig.
So, like, you can change his personality however you want based on the music you play. I'm kidding. They don't do any of those things.
Wow, Mystic Ringtone actually heals?
Motivating
motivating
ringtone,
It
yeah.
also gives us a speed boost.
Because I almost took it.
Yeah, it's
As far as healing spells, like, it's really good. It's what? 10d8 plus 40 for a first level spell. Like, the only downside is it costs a slot as opposed to
it's a level 1 spell rather than a.
focus spell. But, yeah, that's a really fun spell.
I mean, here's the screwed up thing. I have 1 focus point, and I have 2 spells
Mm-hmm.
that I can use for it.
No, that's not bad.
Well, that's not great.
Well,
He has 1 spell that you can use for his focus point.
you'll be level 2 now, so you get to have 3 spells. So
Ooh.
you guys clear out the threat. Like, it's really weird that your medical history of the creature doesn't tell you what kind it is, but it's an electrophore.
Oh, okay.
And in this area is also a conveniently placed elevator that looks like it will take you out.
What's in that room?
That little tiny room.
That one, I don't think there was anything in there. I'm gonna make sure though. This one. Go back over here. Skip over the map. Oh no, there was something there.
Something there.
I was like, I didn't remember it having a designation.
No worries. If there's stuff there, we can get it next time. Go ahead and read us out.
Alright. Hope you guys enjoyed our finishing of the first chapter of the Starfinder 2nd Edition playtest adventure, Cosmic Birthday. We'll be continuing the rest of it, and hope you guys stay tuned and enjoy seeing us muddle through all this. Grab some loot from the Fellowship. Have a great day. Fellowship Gaming out.
No. Stream end.